I'm hoping the fact there's no game sound at the screen is correct. I haven't moved past this. So I'm gonna hoping I'm hoping this is all gonna work. I guess we'll find out. Okay, there's sound. It's very loud. Maybe a little bit of background music. That splash screen would have been. I mean, I guess most people wouldn't have sat there as long as I did. Oh my lord.
Night in the city.
The music's too loud compared to the voice. I don't know what button I need to press.
The kind of night
It was
where you
space.
dark and hard to grind. Mind you, that might have something to do with the fact that I've got a cat's eyes. Nothing hides from me. Anyway, like I was saying, this city is up to its eyes in filth. It's dirtier than a dog's asshole after he hasn't licked it clean in a week. And that's why this city needs me. Name's Albert. Albert Wilde. I'm a private eye. I'm the can you come to when you need justice in this town. I'm always on the prowl for the truth, for criminal scum, for a nice bowl full of milk when I get the chance. It takes a cat to balance on the thin line of the law, and I'm the best at it. I'll leave no stone unturned, no question unasked, no butt unsniffed in my hunt for justice. Unfortunately, the thing they don't tell you about being a private eye is it doesn't exactly do a great job paying the bills, especially when you piss off most of your clients. Point being, my wallet was emptier than my head after 5 bottles of whiskey. I needed to make a quick buck. Luckily, I knew just the guy to turn to for an easy payout.
It's all about those easy payouts.
Just an empty soup can. Not even sure why I'm noticing it right now.
Because it had a
It's like
yellow
the
dot.
hand of some uncaring god just made me look at it.
I think they're calling me the uncaring god. You have no idea how uncaring I would be as a god. I wouldn't give a shit. Hello. If you want to read the news, you better pay up. I ain't running a library here, pal. Jimmy, how's it shaking? Okay, we've given up on voice acting already. Okay. Looking good enough to eat. Not cool now, not cool. Well, I thought it was funny. God, what drugs have you been on? You and every other cat in this city, pal.
Been coming to Jimmy's newsstand for years. Not for news, but for other business. I don't think he likes me much. He must be intimidated by my brilliant intelligence.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
Either that, or the fact that I'm a cat and he's a bird.
Maybe just an asshole.
It's hard to tell with these things.
Anyway, you ain't got time to chat. Boss been asking for you on the regular. He has? Aw, he missed me. Isn't that nice of him? Look, kid, I ain't getting involved. Just saying Rudy wants to see you pronto. Suits me, I need to see him anyway. Is he in the back? Where else would he be? Just head in, I'm washing my claws of this. I see, there's a secret entrance. But what's through here?
No getting in here. Market's closed and locked off till morning.
Well, that answers that question. Okay. See you later, Jimmy. You may want to close this after me, or else it's not really much of a secret anymore. Okay, you seem to be a moose. Why have you got a fan in front of your dartboard? Also, does the angle of that dartboard change? Guess I'll stop looking around and I'll come and talk to Rudy.
There he is, Rudy. No matter what happens, he's always here, always reliable.
You, where's my money? Rudy, my old buddy, old pal. I need your help. Where's my money? Don't worry, I'll get you your money and more to spare. When? Soon, I just need to put another 100 on my lucky horse first. Again? Yeah, I got some bills to pay and I figured this was a good way to get the money. Oh, you did, huh?
It's a great way to get the money. Low effort and, best of all, absolutely foolproof. Is there a better way to earn some dough than gambling with a sketchy back alley bookie?
Yeah, you can use one of those awful... Oh, God, what are they called? They don't call them gambling sites for legal reasons. Prediction markets. Another 100, huh? And how are you going to pay for that, buddy? Hey, Serenity! Apparently I forgot to do that this morning. I figured the same way as normal. You know, with a loan from you. And the 2,000 you've already borrowed. I was hoping you weren't going to ask about that. Tell you what I'm going to do, buddy. You going to save my bacon? Canadian bacon or bacon? I'm going to not lend you the 100 to bet on your lucky horse. Ah, but he's good for it. He's a shoo-in to win the next poker tournament. Instead, I'm thinking you can pay me back the 2,000 you owe me. How? That's what I want you to tell me. And I want an answer before I let you leave. What? But, buddy, look at these antlers. Do you really want to argue? No. I'll figure something out. Okay, I don't know. Like, I use the mouse to look around. Why I can't use the scroll wheel to go through text choices, I don't really understand. So how the hell do you expect me to get the money to pay you back? I don't know. Maybe try getting a real job for once. Never! How dare you, sir? Do I look like some kind of wage slave to you? I'm not about to work for the man, the mole. These jokes have been painful so far. I'm going to try that again. These jokes have been painful so far. My antlers say you don't have room to be picky about how you make my dough. Don't you mean how I make my dough? Nope. I said what I said. Your money is my money. What are you, my ex-wife? Now get on it. Lightning Jackson is one of the best poker players there is. Honestly, the horse being a poker player, not just a horse racing, has been the funniest thing they've done so far. My lucky horse never fails. He's lost 198 in the last 200 poker games he's played. Sure, but that just means he's saving up his luck for a big win streak. I can't believe I'm saying this as a bookie, but that's not how luck works, bud. Come on, he's a shoo-in to win this time. Can I get one more loan? Me and my antlers say nay. That one hurt almost as much as if he put his antlers up my ass. Rudy, I get it, but I really am broke and I need cash, quick. I got bills piling up, the rent's due, I've got 10 new parking tickets. I missed the part where any of that was my problem. Come on, man, I need something. If not 100, maybe a 50, a couple of 20s. All right, you got me. I'm willing to lend you. Yes. $1. A buck? That's it? Don't say a buck to him. That's probably racist or something. Yep. Now, what I want you to do is take that dollar, go buy a newspaper from Jimmy, and use it to look for a real job so you can pay me back. What? I'll even let you keep the change. See? I can be generous. Good talk, Rudy. Whatever, get out of my antlers. I'm not in your antlers.
So this is where Rudy lays his antlers every night. You know, I'd have thought a successful bookie like him could be able to afford better digs. Maybe I should rethink my assumption that Rudy's a successful bookie.
Maybe you should. All right, can we run? Okay, we can run. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, mind if I grab a newspaper? I'm not going to do the cat voice. I feel like that would ruin my throat. I mind if you don't pay for it. Well, lucky for you, I'm flush with cash right now. Here you go. Huh? This is actually real money. That's a nice change. You're still sore about that one time? It was an honest mistake. You scribbled a $sign on a gum wrapper and tried to pass it off as change. Good times. All right, grab whichever newspaper you want. Knock yourself out.
All right, time to get real. All I gotta do is pick up the paper, go to the help wanted ads, and get a normal, paying job. Nah, screw that. There's gotta be something more exciting in here. Hey, what's this?
Reward offered for mysterious case. A dead body found in the warehouse district last night has stumped both police and coroners. The body has not been ID'd and has been officially described as physically unusual and unofficially described as kind of freakish. So far, there are no suspects. Police offering a reward for anyone who can provide information or assistance in solving the case. God, why is my nose so blocked this morning? We're asking for the public's help, a police spokesanimal said in a press conference. But since the public hates us, we figure we'll just have to go to Plan B and bribe them to talk to us. Pretty please?
A mysterious case and a reward. Guess I'm the lucky one, not my horse. This should solve my money woes, no problem. I should give Rudy the good news.
Oh, I was just going to leave, but okay. Well, have you come up with a way to pay me back in the 2 minutes since we've talked? I've got a foolproof way to pay you back, and it's in this newspaper. Oh, so you took my advice and had an actual job for grown-ups? I don't like you, Rudy. What? No, I'm going to solve this case and claim the reward. See here. Once I've solved the mystery, I'll have enough money to pay you back. I like that part. Then you can lend me another 100 to bet on my lucky horse again. Okay, liking it less. And then when I win, I can finally pay my bills. Foolproof plan. I don't see anywhere in this article saying that they're giving out thousands in reward money. You know what? Screw it. If it gets you out of my antlers, then go give it a try. Really? You believe in me? More like I believe you're going to screw up regardless, so may as well be with this. Thanks, Rudy. I won't let you down. Oh, I expect you will. And when you do, believe me, my antlers have a date with your skull. Should I bring flowers? Oh my God, just go before I headbutt you. Good talk, Rudy. Okay, we now seem to have access to some kind of map. Which again, you don't use with the mouse.
The paper was hazy on the details. Suppose that's why they call it a mystery. But it didn't matter. Those cool zeros were staring out at me from the page like cat's eyes in the dark after the electric bill hasn't been paid. Which reminds me, I really gotta pay my electric bill. Anyway, I wanted this case. But I wasn't gonna be anywhere near it without the say-so of the chief. I should head straight down to the station, meet him in the flesh, and insist on taking his case. Oh, right. They told me never to darken their doorstep again. Not sure what their problem is. It's only an official complaint or 10. Whatever, I'll call them from the office. They can't arrest me for that. Let's just hope I paid my phone bill sometime this year.
Hey, gorgeous, just checking in. Why, hello there, Albert. How's my favorite neighbor client today? Doing well, Deb. Just the usual cases, crime, threats of violence. Oh, one of those days. You seem to have them a lot. I tell you, Deb, sometimes it feels like you're the only animal who's happy to see me. Are you kidding? Do you know how many hours I've billed for your lawsuits? You're putting all 10 of my piglets through college. Of course I'm happy to see you. Well, I appreciate you going the whole hog for me. Yeah.
Deborah's a lawyer, a damn good one. So what if she's never won a single one of my cases? I hire her every time I get sued. By case 84, we were pretty friendly. And if I want to keep it friendly, I better not mention I'm now too broke to pay her.
Right, well, anything I can do for you before I get back to my legal briefs? No, just checking if any clients were asking after me. Actually, yes. There's a woman here looking for you. I told her to leave a note. Was she a good-looking woman? Al, you tomcat.
Oh, you are a professional, Boss Bird.
Hey, it's a fair question. A good investigator learns all he can about his cases. Well, this case will have to stay a mystery for now, then. Toodles, my dear. Oh, look. A note.
Looks like someone left a note for me.
Dear Mr. Wilde, I need help and you were highly recommended. I don't know why that's been crossed out. You were recommended. Someone mentioned you might be able to help. Someone mentioned you. I need to speak with you as soon as possible. It's about my husband. I was here at noon, but you were out, so I'll try again tomorrow morning. I hope I can catch you then. I need your help desperately, MG.
And my bread, my butter, my tuna cat food, and I missed it. Damn, if I'd been here, I'd have another paying client by now. Home, sweet home. Literally, I sleep under the desk most nights. Have some fond memories of late nights at the desk. Licking my own asshole. Good times. Now, where did I put that phone?
I don't know.
I get a lot of hard work done in this office. And by hard work, I mean working on my high score.
Oh, look. Do you mean, where did I put that phone? It's attached to the fucking wall. Anyway.
That's right, illegal booze. In the eyes of Prohibition, I'm just another criminal. Me and every other animal in this crazy messed up town. Whatever. If I'm taking down big crimes, I say I get to have a little crime as a treat.
Don't know if that's how that works, but I also am not a fan of Prohibition, so.
Look, a cat has certain needs. Needs he can only satisfy with a box full of sand. Even a private eye has got to take a leak somewhere. And the landlord complained when I used the wall. Let's see. 3 unpaid parking tickets. 2 unpaid electric bills. Final warning from gas. Eviction proceedings. Honestly, animals in this city have no patience anymore. You'd think they'd keep it cool. But no, miss your bills for 5 months and they get all uppity. What's the big rush? A news clipping of the first case I ever solved. I was so proud. It's really insightful and well written for an obituary. My diploma. Proof of my biggest accomplishment. So much blood, sweat, and tears. But now, there it is. Albert Wilde.
For the Emperor!
ALP.
Of Paw Prince Elementary School.
How's it going?
My trusty flashlight. A real light in the dark of this city. Plus, it's super handy for those times I forgot to pay the electric bill. I'd better bring it along. A detective needs to be prepared. Besides, seems like the kind of thing some jerk insists I have handy for a puzzle later.
Okay, so they're breaking the fourth wall. Alright, let's go see if we can find the phone, which is attached to a fucking wall.
Good. There's a dial tone. They didn't cut off service yet. Now, what's that number for police headquarters?
Have you marked your territory yet? No, but they have made that joke. It's me. I wanted to... ... Albert. It's Albert. ... Yes, that Albert. And it just hung up on us. Hello? Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
Must have gotten disconnected somehow. I should try again. Second time's the charm. Come on, pick up.
Chief might want to check your connection. ... Our call got dropped somehow. ... Anyway, I'm calling about the case. ... You know, the case. The case in the newspaper. The warehouse murder. The one that's offering a reward. ... Yes, that case. I want in. I want to solve this case. ... Yes, I am serious. ... No, I think you're exaggerating a little, Chief. ... Everything worked out with that witness. So humanist body with big cat head. The family dropped the charges and... ... Sure, but what's a lawsuit or two? Point is, I cracked the case. ... I told you, it was that crazy bat in the pink hat. ... Yeah, and then she flew away. You know, like bats do. Did you forget the bit where she shot me? ... Sure, it was a foam dart, but... ... Oh, I'm sure she was fine. She didn't need functioning legs anyway. ... What do you mean, legal action against the city? Look, none of it was my fault. It won't happen again. Stop groaning, I'll prove it. Let me in on this case. ... Yes, I'll stop calling if you do, I promise. ... Great, give me the address and I'll be out of your fur. ... Got it. 23 Lion Lane, Warehouse District. You won't regret it, Chief. At least not this time. ... I'll head right over. As far as I'm concerned, I'm already there. ... Barring traffic on the east side, of course. Oh, Chief, one last question. How much is the reward and is it in real money? I guess that's two questions, but... Hello? Hello, Chief? Anyone there? All right, well, if you're still listening, good talk.
At last, I'm on the case.
All right. Crime scene.
There's nothing like the rush of being on a case. All 6 of my nipples are tingling.
That's a lot of nipples.
It was a close thing, me taking this case. But it'd be rude to say no when the goddamn chief of police is begging you to help solve it. Not that he put it that way, but I could tell. He's probably intimidated by my skills, by my dedication to justice, by the fact that I'm a sleek feline predator of the night and he's, well, a rabbit with a receding hairline.
God, that hurt.
Hairline. I'm a genius. At any rate, this case sounded like one of the weird ones. The body, it ain't normal. But then, what is normal in this jungle city of ours? That was deep. I should write that one down. This case had me heading to an abandoned warehouse. The scene of the crime. I stepped out of the car and took
Abandoned warehouse? They should put a data center in here.
Then regretted it right away.
Boom!
Hey, Roger.
House district isn't exactly all spring flowers. I took in the scene with my keen observational skills. Yep, looked like a warehouse, all right.
Wow, you left your car lights on? Your battery's going to run down, buddy. Hello. I think you're meant to be a hippo. Sir, this is a restricted area. Only police officers and authorized personnel allowed. I'm authorized. Albert Wilde, Private Eye. Your chief asked me to come consult. In that case, what's the secret code? How about the clock is fuzzy in the atrium and the rolling mushroom gathers bees? Sure, close enough. Go ahead and check in with Officer Betty. What? What? Doesn't that hurt? I see a flamingo. I'm I'm assuming that's Officer Betty.
Pieces of shattered glass. Looks like it came from a window. God, I'm smart. The pattern doesn't look like your regular break and enter. Too much spread. If I had to guess, I'd say the glass got blown out.
Oh my God, are you wearing a bow tie? Excuse me, sir, I have some questions about the case. Sorry, my mama told me not to talk to strangers. I'm not a stranger. I'm working this case. Sounds like something a murderer returning to the scene of the crime might say. I'm not a murderer either. Look, could you just tell me? Sorry, babe, but until I get the official police, Sal... I don't know what they're trying to say there. My beak is sealed. Alright, so we've got to go talk to Betty before we can talk to Francis.
A closed manhole cover.
I wonder if it could be an opened manhole cover. Alright, Betty, I'll do this in order. What do you want?
Well, if it isn't Officer Betty. Should have known she'd be on the scene.
Let me guess, your ex-lover? Oh God, not you again.
Go ahead.
Hey, Rhino.
Make my day.
To make out that she's all badge. But I know the truth.
What the hell are you doing here?
Under that police hat, she's all doe eyes and hind legs, and madly in love with me.
Oh God, he's monologuing again, isn't he? Snap out of it or I shoot. Hi, Bets. Miss me? Not at this range, I won't. Now let's try this again. What are you doing here? The chief asked me to step in. What I could lend a paw to solving this case. Let me guess. You saw the reward and begged him to let you in on it. Pretty much, yeah. And he agreed? Did he forget that you ate one of the witnesses last time? I still say he wasn't being straight with us. I know a rat when I smell one. He was a rat, you idiot. Well, yeah. But still, I knew. I've got an instinct, you know? Pfft. I do, a good one, too. Leads me right almost as often as it leads me wrong. Think of the paycheck, Betty. Think of the paycheck. What was that? Fine. If the chief says you're on the case, then I guess I'll have to work with you. Good. I'm looking forward to working closely with you. Don't even think about it, alley cat. The body's through the door there. Fair warning, though. It's a weird one. Really, really weird. Okay. Can I talk to you now, Francis? No, I'm not saying a word until I get the go-ahead from an officer. Okay, well, fuck you too.
Whoa. Place looks like a bomb just went off. Maybe an explosion? But there's no evidence of heat or fire. No smell of smoke. No blood on the body.
How do you know there's no blood on the body? We haven't looked at the body yet. Stop making assumptions, you goddamn cat.
Let's see. No blood, no sign of injury, no burns or charred fur. He's just dead. Wait a minute. Why is it so small? The arms and legs. What is up with this body? Yeah, sucks. Whatever.
You think that's all cats know how to
The
do?
really big mystery is who or what this cat is. Where the hell do you see a cat this small in this city? The hospital kitty-ernity ward?
Ouch.
And those arms, legs, limbs? It's like a Neanderthal cave painting.
Ouch.
Never mind that. What is up with this body's head? Those perky ears, that handsome face. I'd know it anywhere. It's my face. I mean, 99% my face. There's a few differences, but my face.
Something weird. Oh my lord. think we might be on drugs.
Whoa, okay.
It's the catnip.
That was weird. Is weird. Weirdness is definitely happening. Okay, Albert, calm your 6 tits, take a breath, lick your butt, and focus. You're an investigator. Time to do investigating things.
Tears of the work right now.
And yeah, still creepy that its head is almost exactly like mine.
What the? I told you, one of the weirdest cases I've ever seen. What's with his face? I know, horrifically ugly, isn't it? It's my face. Like I said, never mind. Just break it down for me. What do you know so far? Not much. Why do you think we're desperate enough to ask you? Wow. Let's start with the basics. Any idea on the victim? Nope. Cause or time of death? No idea till we hear from the coroner. Suspects? Not a one. Well, geez, what do you have? That flamingo over there. Huh? He found the body late last night. Apparently he heard something strange. Other than that, yeah, he's basically the only witness we found so far. Wait, so the body was found last night? Uh-huh. And the witness is still just hanging around 24 hours later? Uh-huh. And you're still hanging around 24 hours later? Uh-huh. And the scene hasn't been cleared 24 hours later? Uh-huh. What's your point? Why is everything still here? Plot convenience? Yeah, that makes sense. Wow. What the hell is up with the body? I know, right? It's got us all spooked. Is there a reason it's naked? It came like that? And what were those little arms and legs? The coroner guessed that it doesn't walk. It crawls on all fours. What? What animal doesn't walk upright? An animal after 5 shots of whiskey. That's fair. Anything else you can tell me? Well, it's male and it's a cat. Brilliant policing. Our tax dollars at work. Hey, you've got to admit, he's not an average cat. We had to confirm. Any reason he looks almost exactly like me? Does he? I didn't notice. Maybe that's just your vanity talking. And there's no sign of any blood at all? Nope, and no sign of burns either. But the autopsy will check for any internal causes. Dang, I was hoping for a blood trail straight to the killer. If there was a trail like that, do you think we need your help? Hey, what about that time I noticed a red spot on the suspect's shirt? Yeah, because he was eating spaghetti with tomato sauce. Oh god, I think I'm onto the scene. What is this place anyway? Looks pretty dusty. It's been abandoned for years. No current owner, no workers, no nothing. Besides a dead cat, of course. Has the scene been left exactly as it was when the body was found? Oh, no, actually, I felt the need to redecorate, so I went around rearranging all the rubble. Of course it's exactly the way we found it. We're not morons, we just hire them, apparently. So what do you make of the hole on the roof and the broken glass? If I had to guess, I'd say an explosion without fire. An explosion without fire? How is that even possible? There's signs of the force of a blast, but no burn marks or charring. So what you're thinking, an elephant fart did this? ... I write it down in my notebook as a possible working theory. It's not to say we did. Tell me more about the witness. What did he see? Quite a bit. Mr. Legard reported hearing a loud noise in the warehouse. He came in to investigate and found the body. I'd better speak to him. I'd really rather you didn't, considering your history with witnesses. Oh, come on, I promise I won't eat him this time. Fine, I'll allow it. But the minute you start licking your lips, the interview is over. Mr. Legard, this guy will have questions for you. He's working with us. Sort of. Well, we tolerate him. If you say so, officer. I'm ready whenever he is. So, how have you been? Fine until you showed up. It's amazing how much my stress has spiked in the last few minutes. Good, good. So, things are going well? Been having a good time? Seeing anyone? Yes, as a matter of fact. I'm seeing as many animals as I need to in order to make you stop flirting with me. Hey, it's cool. I'm a detective. I can tell when someone isn't interested. Really? Because the evidence is heavily against that. I'm going to take a look around. Don't touch anything. And don't eat anyone. I'll eat a flamingo if I want to eat a flamingo. Mr. Legard, I was hoping you could tell me more about what you witnessed. Well, I suppose as long as you're not just some rando. Well, my name is Albert Wilde, and believe me, Miss Legard, I am a very special rando. Bless your heart. Call me Francis. All right, Francis, let's start from the top. Tell me what happened. Well, I was on my way home from work. Does your route usually take you through the warehouse district? Normally I stick to the main road, but I usually cut through the warehouse district from my dance studio to my apartment. Dance studio? I thought you said you were coming home from work. I was. I'm a professional dancer. Pfft, they actually pay someone to do that? Excuse me? Oh no. How dare you insult my profession? Dance is the very soul of animal expression. Oh, I didn't mean... It is a language, Mr. Wilde. The most profound form of communication we have. Yeah, sure, but I wanted to know... You wouldn't turn your nose up at the idea of a professional translator, would you? Yet you meet a professional translator of the language of dance, and you sniff at it. Sniff? That was just my allergies. Look, there's a body. You know what? I'm done speaking your silly words and questions. I'll talk once you apologize, in the language of truth and the soul. Please tell me you're not thinking what I think you're thinking. Come back when you're ready to show me you're sorry. Okay, so now I need to learn how to dance.
A closed manhole cover.
Okay, apparently I can't use any kind of my own logic. Hey Betty, do you want to teach me to dance? Uh-oh, you've got that investigative look on your face. The look that says lawsuits. Apparently not. I mean, I may just be able to dance, but I doubt it. Zip it, unless you're willing to step forward onto the right foot. Let me get this straight. You forgive me if I dance? I'll forgive you if your dance expresses the deepest depths of your regret. I won't be holding my breath. Look, I am very sorry I insulted your profession. Dancing is a perfectly fine job. Not listening. That takes a lot of skill and dedication, and I was wrong to blow that off by not listening. I'm trying to apologize. Blah, blah, blah. You're apologizing in words. Words are meaningless. Only the movement of your body can communicate your sincerity and growth. Can I just say sorry you were offended and get on with my life? Nope. Okay, I was a jerk, I admit it, and I'm willing to suck up my pride to show it. Oh? You want me to apologize in the language of dance? Then here it goes. That's dancing, all right. Doing so much dancing, I'm going to call you Ted. I wouldn't accept that apology. All right, apology accepted? ... Oh my god. Did I communicate sincere regret and atonement in the language of dance? More like you communicated that your hair is lucky and you washed it in soup. Look, I'm bad at other languages, okay? Even dancing. Actually, mostly dancing. Obviously. Maybe you should take lessons before you try communicating again.
Lessons, huh? That's not a bad idea. And I know just the person that can help me. But then there's her husband. Maybe I can drive over and park in the back alley.
I'll just leave you be for now. Left-pawed Philistine. Oh God, so we actually do have to learn how to dance.
Dedicated to justice and the truth as I am, you sometimes put your paw in your mouth, sometimes all four at once. Still, a dancer? What kind of job is that? Sounds like something that rewards stupid fluff skills like discipline and artistry, but hard physical training. Still, this dapper dancing dude is the only witness, and now he's not talking, which puts a dent in doing my totally legitimate and real job. The only way to make him open up is to dance my way into his good graces. Too bad I've got four left.
Hey, cheers for the lurk, LP.
Luckily, I've got my ace in the hole. An old friend of mine who works as a dance instructor, which, unlike being a professional dancer, is a totally legit and respectable job for reasons. I just hope her window is open and her husband's not around. Here we are. It looks like she's in. The lights are on. Perfect.
Didn't you mean perfect? Come on.
Looks like someone's living rough here, sleeping on the bench. No sign of them now, though.
Some good animation, Lou. Lily, it's me. Open up and let me in. What on earth? Ow, you sly feline. It has been an age. How have you been? Doing better now that I see you again. I've missed you too, you beautiful bovine. Albert Wilde, I told you to stop that, you old tomcat. You keep forgetting I'm a married woman now. That means I've got to be proper.
Lily and I go way back. Nobody denies we've got a special connection. Well, nobody but her and her giant rhino of a husband, I suppose.
Hey Lily, I need to ask a favor. I need you to teach me how to dance. Oh really? After all this time, all my nagging, now you want me to teach you? Yeah, well, now it's actually important. I'm not going to dignify that with a response. Now, what dance do you want to learn? I can teach you ballroom, ballet, the Charleston, the foxtrot, the shimmy. Whatever says, I'm sorry about insulting your career, could you please talk to me? Okay, that's a new one, but I think I can swing it. So 3 lessons a week will cost... No, not like that. I need you to teach me now. What? You don't mean right now, do you? Yeah, I mean right now. In fact, I need to learn within the next hour. Oh, wow, that's just plumb impossible. Please, Lily, it's a matter of vital importance. Lives could depend on it. Well, all right. But you owe me big time, Tomcat. Now get inside quick before Joe sees you. And they danced. And it was beautiful. Well, I've done the best I can. The rest is up to you. Thanks, Lily, you're absolutely bovine. Oh, you. Oh, good. We can now dance. That's an impenetrable bush. Oh, hang on. I need to go to my car. Just do this. Crime scene. That's some nice driving, Lou.
I'm guessing this wasn't a failed attempt to put in a skylight for the warehouse. Could be the victim was on the roof and it collapsed. But no. Too much damage. I'd say it looks exactly like a bomb blast. Except for, you know, all the other stuff from a bomb. Like heat damage and burn marks.
I'll burn your marks. Okay, I've learned a few new steps. The first step to making up for my mistake. I'll believe it when I see it. Let's see if you've improved. I mean, it looks very similar so far. Oh, that's better. He did a little twirl. Oh, God. Well, your mastery of the language of dance is still a little jumbled, but honestly, I'm impressed. You've made remarkable progress. Wow, I have? I mean, of course I have. The grace of your movements betrays your regret for disrespecting my art. The frantic motion suggests your urgency to solve the case, while the... Yeah, whatever. Am I forgiven? Can we get on with the investigation? Oh, all right. Apology accepted. I ask you questions. So, you're on your way home from your valid and worthwhile job? Yes, that's right. It was very late, so I took a shortcut through the warehouse district. Did you see anyone suspicious? Nope, but I was distracted. I was working on a new dance routine as I walked. Okay, and then what? There was a big sound. What kind of sound? I don't know, a sound? It was a sound. What did you do then? Well, the sound came from this warehouse, so I ran in to see what was happening. I figured maybe it was an explosion and someone was hurt, you know. And that was when you found the body? Sure did. Got an eyeful of it once the other animal ran off. Wait, what? So you were the one who found the body. Was he already dead when you arrived? I think so. It's a little hard to take a pulse with your feathers, to be fair. Did you notice anything unusual about the body? Besides the tiny size, the 4 weird legs, the fur, the lack of clothing? No, not really. Minor details, huh? I assume you don't know this cat. Never seen him before in my life. What kind of animals do you think I know? Well, I don't know. For all I know, in the weird world of dancing, you... Let's not piss him off. You have an amazing, diverse circle of cool, interesting animals to befriend. Good save. Could you describe the sound you heard? Not easily, no. Just tell me what it sounded like. That's the thing. It didn't sound like anything. I've never heard a sound like that. All right, then just tell me what you heard. You're not getting what I'm putting down here, are you? You've got to be able to tell me something. Was it loud at least? It was loud, but not the loudest. And it was harsh, but not the harshest. Go on. It was sharp, but not the sharpest. Uh-huh. It was sort of like a whoom, except for the bit where it wasn't like that at all. Great, thanks, super helpful. No need to get rude. No, I'm trying to reproduce the sound. Oh boy, this will be interesting to transcribe in my notes. Get AI to do it. Go back to the part where you mentioned another animal. Was it the killer? No idea. I'm afraid they didn't stop to say, hello, I'm Alex Killer and I have killed. What kind of animal were they? No idea. I got a bit distracted by the very distracting body behind them. Let's take it step by step. What were they doing when you first saw them? Taking something off the body, I think. I didn't see what it was. I yelled hey or something like that and they turned and booked it. Where to? Into the sewers. The manhole cover was open when I arrived. But the manhole's closed now. Oh, that was me. I didn't want to put up with sewer stink during my shift. Did you see which way they went in the sewers, Francis? Gee, sorry, I was a bit too busy rushing to check on the cat on the floor. But I assume you tried to track them, right, Betty? They sound like the main suspect. Yeah, but I'm not being paid enough to go sewer diving. Well, lucky for you, I'm broke, so any pay will be enough to go sewer diving. I think I've already asked this, right? Are you on your way home? You stole something from the body that you couldn't see. I don't remember you saying that. And then escaped into a sewer tunnel you couldn't point out. Is there anything you can describe? Yes, the size of my headache after all your questions. Thanks. Would you stick around in case I have more questions? Hey, I've been hanging out here for 24 hours. I ain't going nowhere.
Time to make like a strapping young turtle with ninjutsu training and open this. All right, let's turn this baby on.
Oh, yeah.
No, not that button. Not that button. Not that. This flashlight has only one button. Great, now I can see what I'm smelling. You know what? Ignorance was bliss. All right, Albert, you're on the case. Gotta be something from the culprit down here.
Okay, so when you asked it... Okay, there is only one way to go. I feel like at some point I'm going to get bonked on the back of the head. These are not very clean or, I would imagine, functional sewers.
I think I know where this might go.
That actually might be the right way. What's over here? Okay, looks like all roads lead to Rome.
Oh boy. Of course, this would be the Tears turf. Just my luck.
Not the tears.
This city has a filthy underbelly. Literally. A seedy underworld of underground crime that's underground.
Yeah, okay, we get it.
There's a lot of gangs running things in this city. Smuggling, bootlegging, jaywalking, you name it. And they run it all from down here. Privacy, easy movement, storage space, and no one notices if you don't shower. They all have their own little enclaves and tunnel networks. And guess which one I just walked into? The Crocodile Tear Gang. The nastiest two-faced criminal scum down here. I'd better be careful, or I'll be the one crying real tears. That's another good one. I need to make notes on these.
I mean, I sincerely hope you don't, but... Okay, I'm assuming we can't go in the stinky water. And there was a yellow dot over here.
This case is draining, and so is the sewer.
My lord. I think we're meant to go up there, but let's go have a look down here. I'll be honest, I have no idea what that did. Okay, I'm going to go back around here now, and then we can do a water lock, maybe?
Seems like the sewer's got a soft spot for cats.
Okay, I think this is where we came in, and then we've done the bridge, so we can do the thing. Okie doke. Well, we haven't met any crocodiles yet, so that's something. Sure, we will eventually.
Looks maybe it's around here somewhere.
Alright, so we need to find the missing part. It looks like it's over there. You are also broken. Okay, this looks like some kind of gang hideout.
That's a lot of machine for a little moonshine. I can tell by the smell that it's for distilling liquor, but I've never seen anything like it. It's like something from another era.
Uh-oh. Well, well, well. Looks like we got us a rat sniffing around our business. Chompy? Need a new glasses, bud? That ain't a rat, it's a cat. It's a figure of speech, Scales. Point being, he's an unwelcome guest. Hi guys, you must be the sewer workers. What are you boys up to? Something on the up and up, I'm sure. Nothing to do with, say, theft or murder? Asking questions, huh? That don't bode well for you. Know what curiosity does for cats, bub? Encourages intellectual development. Get 'em, boys! Prepared to fight. Oh, God, are you kidding me? I'm facing the wrong way.
He's got a piece of fluff. As if I'm not fluffy enough already.
I think you could be fluffier. Okay. Oh dear. How does this combat stack up against the last caretakers? Oh, it's much better than that. Although, the fact that I have to start from scratch every time is going to get old.
He's got as if I'm not fluffy enough already.
I was reading the complaint to that game last night. One of the biggest complaints is that constant swarms.
Only thing in his pockets is a sticky cough drop. Clearly worth fighting for. Locked as tight as the lid on that jar of mayo I've been struck. Except, I guess for this, I can just find a key instead of wrestling with it. His pockets are full. Library card, medic alert bracelet, house key, sewer key. Wait, that last one would be helpful.
I mean, you should take all of them, really. Okay.
It's open.
Well, that was a brief fighting interlude. I don't know where we are. I don't know where we ended up. Oh, God. Cutscene. Oh, no, it's a praying mantis or grasshopper. Chompy? That you? How's the latest batch coming? Chompy's a little occupied at the moment. Wait a second. You're not Chompy. You're not even a crocodile. Neither are you? I'm the boss, you maroon. Did you mean moron? I was thinking you said you're maroon. The boss doesn't need to be a crocodile. I'm not sure how that works, but... Wait, you're the boss of the Crocodile Tears? Then that means you're... Manny the Mantis Malone. And who the hell are you? I, the hell, and Albert Wilde, Private Eye. And I have some questions for you. They always do. How'd a little bug like you end up running a gang of bloodthirsty crocs? Well, not those questions. I mean questions about a crime you might be involved in. Ha! That ain't answering anything. No way I'm going to let you pin me down. I probably shouldn't have said that bit out loud. See, you have a big safe. I see you like to enjoy the fruits of your illegal distilling. Hey, a good businessman samples his own product and shares it with friends. Needless to say, I won't be sharing it with you, so don't bother asking for a drink. But I did steal your glass. And I'm probably going to put you underneath it. Shits and giggles. Ah, you still trying to pin me down, you sack of... What? Hey, let me out! Yeah, looks like I was able to pin you when the cops couldn't. I mean, that's not really that impressive. Have you seen the city's police force? Now I'm going to ask some questions about what happened in the warehouse district. You're going to think really hard about your answers. If I'm satisfied, I'll let you go. I ain't answering anything without my shark of a lawyer present. Fine, then I guess you're going to get comfortable in that whiskey glass. Ugh, all right. You made your point. Ask your damn questions. We found a body in a warehouse connected to these sewers. Know anything about that? Nope. Really? A body in crocodile territory and you just don't know anything? Look, leaving bodies around ain't our style, cat. Too messy, too many questions. What do you do with your bodies then? You seen my boys, right? Particularly their teeth? Ew. Besides, whacking animals aren't our style. Whacking kneecaps is where it's at. Assuming the Patsy has kneecaps, mind you. So have you had to whack any kitty kneecaps recently? No, but yours are looking mighty tempting when I get out of... Wait, are you saying the dead body's a cat? Yes. Huh, yeah, I guess it does make sense. What does? Oh, believe me, if I told you, it would make less sense. Glass prison? Give me a minute, I gotta figure out the best way to explain. You do know something about the body of that cat, don't you? I can put 2 and 2 together. So can I, it's 5, right? Oh boy, this might be hard to explain. An eyewitness saw someone steal something from the scene at the warehouse. The thief ran into the sewers. One of your boys, I take it? Actually, no. We weren't the ones who stole it from there. It sure sounds like you know what it is. I sure do. That's because I actually have it in the back here. Wait, what? But you just said... I said we didn't steal it from there. Someone else did, and we stole it from her. That was a lot of capital letters in one sentence. It wasn't really. Mind breaking it down? The thief wasn't one of my gang. She had her own thing going on. When she got caught, she ran into the sewers to try and get away. Guess you forgot this was crocodile turf. Ha! Bumped straight into my boys. Oh, geez, did they eat her? No, what kind of scaly monsters do you take me and my boys for? We had a chat during which we relieved her of her ill-gotten goods. Why do I get the sense there's way more to this than you're telling me? Because I'm about to sneeze. Oh, you have no idea. But then, since you don't know what she stole... So you have whatever the thief stole off the body. Sure do. Have it under lock and key in the back room. So what is it anyway? That, my feline friend, is a complicated question with a complicated answer. Is it? I figure it's a whatever is pretty simple, complete sentence. This goes way deeper than you could possibly imagine. You sound like my proctologist. And like I told him, I've got a deep imagination. Okay, that sounds uncomfortable and gross, frankly. Look, I need to know what it is. It's evidence in a possible murder investigation. I don't know. Well, I don't know how much air is in that glass. All right. Maybe it's easier to explain everything if I just show it to you. It's just through that door there. I'll need to give you the code for the lock, though. I think the mantis is meant to be talking right now, not the cat, but that's fine. So you're saying someone outside your gang stole something from the body, but then you showed up and stole it from her, right? More or less, yeah. How do I know you're telling the truth? Oh, you don't. But that's the story you're getting from me. So you don't know her name? Why she stole it? Who she is? Oh, I know plenty of that stuff. But none of it's going to help you. Not unless you know what it is she stole. Just tell me what it is you've got, all right? No point beating about the bush. Cat, I'm a praying mantis. Hiding in the bush is what I'm good at. That's not the same expression and also not the point. Look, because it's easier to explain once you take it out. Oh my. Not to mention more suspenseful. Now you're getting it. So how did a little bug like you end up running a gang of bloodthirsty crocs? Ha! Everyone ends up asking that sooner or later. Even the bloodthirsty crocs. I tell you, but I'm writing a book about my life and I wouldn't want to spoil. How's the writing going? I'm at the chapter about the time I was thinking about becoming a mantis of the cloth. A priest, you? Seems a bit of a mismatch. Not really. I know a lot about praying. Get it? On second thought, I think the less I know about you, the better. I'll be right back. Stay right there. Like I could go anywhere. It's true.
A solid metal door and a combo lock. No one's getting at anything past this. I'll need the number for the keypad. And I bet Manny the Mantis has it.
Yeah, we already knew that. Now, can I ask you about the number? So you got this mysterious item locked up behind a door? Yeah, what of it? Where do you think I was going to put it? A safe? Ours is at the shop. I forgot the combination. Besides, this door's the real deal. Combo lock, sturdy as heck. Ain't nothing getting through it. Please tell me you didn't forget the combination to the door as well. Oh no, that's an easy one. That's Uncle Lenny's birthday, June 6th, 1866. So 6666? I can't tell if that's more or less ominous than the other number. Good old Uncle Lenny, he was a character. Too bad how his marriage ended. He got divorced? More like he got devoured. You know how praying mantis mating works, right?
66, 6 done, and open. Now to see what's on the other side. The heck?
There seems to be another door.
Another door with another lock. Looks like this door is just as solid as the first one, as is the number lock. Guess I'm gonna need another passcode.
8675309. Yeah. What? I'm still stuck here, remember? What do you want? Hey, what gives? There's another door behind the door. Oh, right, yeah. I sometimes forget about that one. Great, well, I sometimes forget to remove my drink glass from my desk. All right. Don't get your cat gut in a twist. It's just extra precaution. Okay, so what's the new passcode? 8484, the summer of 84. A special day for my parents. Oh, like the day your mum met your dad? Actually, it's when my mum ate my dad. But it was very romantic. I defer to your expertise on praying mantis romance.
8484, the summer of mantis love and mantis loss, I guess. There we go. Just gotta open this thing up and finally see what... Oh, come on.
Surprise third door.
This is getting a little ridiculous. What needs this much security anyway? Man, even if this wasn't evidence for the case, I'd be curious and suspicious.
Yeah, I know you're still stuck in the glass. Okay, that's it. What is with the doors? There's a third one in there. Yeah? So, see, my cousin Vinny has a door repair and installation shop. Since we're family, he gave me a special discount. 3 doors for the price of 1. And you decided to put all 3 doors in one place? Hey, where else would I put them down here in the sewers? Whatever. Passcode 1234. Let me guess. The day your grandma swallowed her second husband. No, I just blanked and couldn't think of a number. 8675309.
Okay. 3's the charm, right? They always say things come in 3s. That's why you always succeed on the 3rd try. 3's the nice, dependable number. Speaking of dependable numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. That's my luggage combination. All right. Here we go.
4th door.
I hate my job sometimes. A 4th door. You have to
I feel
be
like
kidding
Frodo
me.
trying to get through more doors.
This has to be a joke. But nope. It's real. Gotta get that strong security in there somehow, huh? Another big, solid, heavy door. You know, just like all the other doors. And let me guess. I tried the handle. It's locked. It needs another key code too. You know what? I'm not gonna argue.
Do. Four doors? I thought you said your cousin sold you 3 doors for the price of 1. Vinny threw in an extra one as a freebie to family. I am this close to smashing your glass with a hammer. It's the last one, I swear. I just wanted to be sure this thing was safe. Fine, passcode now. Oh, there is no passcode. What? Yeah, the last door doesn't actually have a locking mechanic. Why not? Hey, Vinny wasn't that generous with his freebies. That's kind of what I expected, honestly.
I don't believe him. I don't believe that this is actually unlocked. I don't believe that the last door in this ridiculous setup would be completely unlocked. You know what? I'm not gonna argue or question anything at this point. What is that?
It's a cat collar.
A bracelet? Why is it so small? No. It's a collar, and not the kinky fun kind. At least I hope not, with one that small. This was on the body. But why would someone steal it? And why would the Crocodile Tear Gang keep it locked up so tightly?
Are you done monologuing yet? Bring the collar in here and I'll explain.
What the feline
And we teleported somewhere. Hello? Cat? Crap. Now how am I going to get out of here?
Whoa. Okay. That was weird. Is weird.
That was weird.
Weirdness is definitely happening. Either I inhaled a bit too much crocodile moonshine while I was down in the sewer, or grabbing that collar sent me somewhere I've never ever seen before. Looks very nice, to be honest. I like the view. I feel drawn here, somehow. But there's no time for sightseeing. I've got a mystery to solve. More than one, really. And besides, I've got things I have to find. Answers, clues, a way back to my car. And of course, the most important, urgent thing I have to find right now. A bathroom. I forgot to go to the little box room before leaving the house. What's that shop? Out of time clog repairs. Maybe they've got what I need. Even if it's just a corner to do business in.
A little look around, see if there's anything else we can interact with. I mean, it's quite weird to have a barrier in front of the stairs like that. It doesn't look like a gate because there's no hinges or anything, so... Okay.
This is not a walking distance.
Oh, and it just stops you going any further. Okay. Hello, you look like an owl. But you sound like a train. Hello? Welcome. You're late. I am. I didn't know I was supposed to be here. Well, you were. About time. Okay. Anyway, I was wondering if I could use your phone to call for a ride. And could I also borrow the key for your employee bathroom? I have to leave a deposit. Here's the key, door's over there. Go save the world. Wait, save the world? I mean, it's a pretty big deposit, not gonna lie, but it's not that big. Hello? Context, please? Or, you know, maybe a name or something? Are you still here? Door's over there. Right, confusion can wait. I have an urgent deposit to make.
Hey, this isn't the employee bathroom. Either that, or these are those weird modern European toilets I keep hearing about.
Pretty much. We don't let gravity do the work. It sucks it out for us. I mean, what? Instructions for interdimensional quantum zapping electrical relocation operation, i.e. IQ0 manual. This package includes one receiver and one teleporter. Object charge for quantum particles not included. Step 1, insert object charge for quantum particles, sold separately into receiver. Object will glow if compatible with IQ0. Once object is placed, receiver will activate automatically. Object will be paired for use in IQ0 device. Step 2, step into teleporter and activate the teleport object's current location via quantum physics. Please just trust us on this. Warning, do not attempt teleport when object is in user's pocket. This risks violent ejection of internal organs. Or worse, in particularly severe cases, ripping user's dress trousers.
Well, that would be bad. I like these trousers. But what is all this about teleporters and quantum particles and stuff?
I mean, what you've actually written down there is quantum particulars, but that's okay.
No. Seriously, what is it about? I kinda glazed over it and forgot it as soon as I read it. And why is that collar I got off of Mantis glowing all of a sudden? Quantum charge receiver. This is either that weird device or a very fancy name for a toilet. I should test it out before squatting in it. This collar looks like it'd fit nicely. Not like it's important evidence or anything.
Yep,
So,
that seemed to work.
if those instructions were right, this collar's now paired with this teleporter or something. But who cares? It stopped glowing. This is a ripoff. Guess I'll hang on to it. Even if it's less cool. Still, at least I didn't try and use that machine as a toilet. Having that happen to my butt would be even less cool. On the other hand, at least I'd have, you know, gotten to go.
Alright, anything else?
I guess teleporting to the collar's location is less impressive if the collar's currently in my pocket. Although, I bet it would look kinda funny. Either that, or turn me inside out. Maybe I better not chance it.
Okay, I did it. And by it, I mean pairing the collar to the machine, not, you know, going to the bathroom. Which I still need to do, by the way, rather urgently. Right, well, I don't know what all this was about. Yes, you do. It was in the instructions. You expect me to remember that? That was a whole 2 minutes ago. All I know is I did something with the collar, and now you can teleport to wherever the collar is. Wait, you're for real? You're not joking about this? Right, it was in the instructions. So can I use this teleport thing to teleport back to where I left my car? Is that where the collar currently is? Ah, good point. Well, in that case, I'm going to need 2 things from you if you want me to save the world or whatever. First, I need your phone so I can call a friend to come pick me up and take me back to the crime scene where I parked. Fine. And second, do you have a potted plant you're not too fussy about? Because I have some urgent incoming fertilizer, if you catch my drift.
Well, I got to go. And then, I got to go back. Well, this case sure has taken a turn for the strange. There's absolutely nothing normal about any of this.
You alright back there, sweetie? Feel free to shove little Sammy's booster seat out of the way. Will do, thanks.
Okay. Almost nothing normal about any of this. What the hell is this collar? And why does it stink like my litter box after a bad night out? Okay. I suppose being kept in a sewer explains some of that. But still, what was that clock store I ended up at? Where did that machine come from? What did the Crocodile Gang have to do with any of this? What is this wet spot under my butt?
By the way, careful sitting on the right side. Poor little Susie had a bit of an accident this morning, if you catch my drift. Oh, right.
It's all connected to this case. I know it. I need to get back to the crime scene. Gotta ask Francis about this caller. Gotta tell Betty about what happened in the sewer. And most important of all...
Oh, wait, no. Susie had the accident on the left side. The right side is where little Tommy vomited.
I gotta get my car back. What the... I know I'd made some scathing remarks about how long the city PD took to finish investigating the scene, but I wasn't expecting them to take it to heart this much. That's the fastest I've seen a crime scene cleared since Don Capybara was totally not bribing the mayor. No siree. Either I've been gone longer than I thought, or something's fishy, and I don't mean my afternoon snack.
You again? What do you want? What happened? Where did everyone go? How long was I gone? A few hours, give or take? A few hours? And you finished investigating the crime scene in that time? I guess you could put it that way. What other way is there to put it? More like we decided we didn't feel like investigating anymore, so we stopped. We? Betty wanted to stop? I mean, I know standing around is exhausting, but... Nah, she was the odd one out. Wanted to keep investigating for, I don't know, some reason. That reason being the thing I love about her, the trait she and I both share. A thirst for justice. Or just ice. Boy, she sure picked the wrong line of work in that case. ... I don't know what you want me to tell you. We're cops, not like we need to solve crime to get paid. Cough, cough. That sure does explain a lot. Cough. Beg your pardon? Sorry, Hairball. Unfortunately, I do need to solve this crime to get paid, so can I at least look around, ask a few questions? Ugh, I suppose. Don't know why there has been so much fuss, though. It's not like anyone well, they did, but still. The body of that cat, is it already at the morgue? We were going to take it there, but crematorium was closer. Gotta save gas these days, you dig? Wait, you cremated it already? Isn't there supposed to be, I don't know, an autopsy or something? Or at least someone poking the body with a stick? Yep, there sure was supposed to be. ... Okay, but where's the chalk outline? You know, for checking position and all that nerdy stuff. Hey, graffiti's illegal. Our chief is serious about cleaning it up. Did you at least get a photo of the body before you took it away? I don't know, I'm sure someone did. Probably Betty. She's such a keener, that gal. By keener, you mean actually does her job? Pretty much. I mean, who does that? Why are the sewers blocked? I couldn't open the sewer grate again. I haven't tried, but it's fine. Why not? Wait, you were the one who opened it the first time? Do you know how much it reeked up here? In the interest of public health, we sealed it off permanently. No more stink on our watch. Couldn't you have just closed the lid normally? Yeah, but this way we get to claim we're tough on cleaning up the city. Well, could you help me open the cover again at least? Can't, I'm on break. Okay, how about when you're not on break? Nope, then I'm off home for the night. Look, there's a gang hideout down there. With actual real criminals and everything. Huh, sounds like too much work. Tell someone who cares, like Officer Betty. There was a bunch of broken glass on the ground here, wasn't there? Why'd you sweep it up? A safety hazard? Someone could cut their paw on one of those shards. Did you figure out where they came from? A failed attempt to put in a skylight for the warehouse, duh. But the fragments look like they got blown out of something. Surely you traced them, dusted them for paw prints, something. Ha, you're a funny guy. Betty says funny stuff like that too. Guess you must dig your sense of humor, huh? Sigh, I wish. The leggy guy, Francis. Where is he? Dunno. Dunno. The guy was here earlier, wasn't he? Yep, and now he isn't. Funny how that works when you don't have any more questions for a witness, huh? Fair. So where can I find him? I assume you got a phone number or address. Some way to contact him if you had any follow-up questions? Oh yeah, that probably would have been a good idea now that you mention it. Oh boy. Might want to check Betty, I suppose. She's always on top of that kind of thing. You know, actually talking to witnesses and stuff. Where is Betty? Fine, can I talk to Betty then? Sounds like she has actual insight on the case. And actual brain cells. The chief ordered her back to HQ to handle some urgent police business. Oh dear. Aha, you mean a line of investigation that might blow this case wide open? Nah, he's got her shredding files and organising the annual picnic. Important stuff. If you want to talk to her, check her office back at HQ. Based on the stack of work the chief gave her, I'm thinking she should be there for the next, 7 years? Well, thanks for being utterly unhelpful. You're welcome. All part of your tax dollars at work. Okay, so now there's some kind of really random police cover-up.
Body's been removed, along with the jaunty little chalk outline they're supposed to draw around it. Floor's been wiped clean. Damn it, what am I supposed to crouch over looking pensive now? No respect for the art, I swear. You never know there was glass here. Looks as clean as my butthole after 6 hours.
God, you do like making the licking butthole jokes, don't you?
Whoever's cleaning up this crime scene, they should be cleaning up the streets. Literally, they still haven't swept up the glass on the sidewalk from that time my client, helped me through that window.
Alright, now we can go over here and find out that the grate is sealed shut.
Looks like the cops wanted to put a lid on the stink of corruption wafting off of this case. I mean, it was pretty stinky. Not gonna lie. Well, if I want to go ask the mantis about the collar, I guess I'll have to pop this open again and head down there. Whoa. Okay, new plan. I guess I'll not do any of that. Ugh. What did the cops do? Glue this lid on? Wait. That's exactly what they did. Huh.
Alright, so off to Betty's office.
Betty might be terrible at hiding her secret passion for me, but one thing she's not terrible at is her job. She's vaguely passable at it,
Oh, high praise.
which is better than most animals with a badge in this city. If any of the cops can be useful, it's her, if nothing else. I know she won't turn a blind eye to crime on the streets.
But sir, we've barely even begun. I didn't even get to start knocking on doors and making myself obnoxious. No, not for the annual police ball fundraising, but asking about the loud noise last night. You know, from the case. If I could just... Sir, look... Ugh, never mind. Ugh, how could today get any worse? What's up, doe eyes? I need to stop asking questions I don't want the answers to. Did you miss me? I take it you're having trouble with the higher-ups. Not in the slightest. Come on, admit it. I bet you were worried about me when I vanished into the sewers for hours on end. Are you kidding? It was the one upside of the higher-ups deciding to glue the sewer lid shut on you. But speaking of, where have you been? You jumped down into the sewers hours ago. Again, I think that's still meant to be her talking, not the cat. And you smell like it too. What happened? Oh, nothing much. Just found an entire criminal enterprise set up in the sewers. How was your day? Oh, just peachy now that I'm dealing with... Wait, run that last bit by me again? Yep, there was a gang in the sewers. Too bad you didn't come down with me. You'd have made quite the sting. Like I said, I don't get paid enough to go sewer diving. I care about stopping crime, but a doe has limits, and I hit them when feces gets involved. Look, maybe you'd better start from the beginning. Walk me through what happened. Right, so I went down into the sewers. So let me get this straight. You found a gang in the sewer that stole a collar from some mysterious woman, and now you can teleport to where the collar is. That's about the size of it. I know it sounds unbelievable. I mean, have you ever heard anything so ridiculous? From you? Constantly. This isn't even in the top 10 most ridiculous things you've ever said. The point is, what are you going to do now? I was thinking of taking the collar to Francis, seeing if he recognized it. Are you high on catnip? You can't just hand over evidence without dusting for paw prints and all that. Fair enough. Can you do that? Do I look like I can do that? You'll need to turn it in as police evidence to get that sort of detailed analysis. And that'll help with the investigation. About that, you see, the case... Dun dun dun, it's the chief. The case is closed, is what I hope she's about to say. Chief! Looking tasty, Chief. Chief, that uniform's making you look very tasty today. I'd be flattered if that weren't coming from a cat. I was just coming to tell Officer Betty here one last time that if she insists on pursuing this ridiculous case any further, she's off the force for good. But Chief! No buts, it's just an accidental death, a slip and fall. I'm not about to waste time and resources on a mere accident. A mere accident with an unexplained body, imploded glass, and potential gang connections? What was that, Cat? Oh, nothing. Just one thing, the most important thing about the case by far. Will you be paying my reward money by cash or check? What? Why should I pay you anything? Well, I investigated and you cracked the case. You didn't say anything about them having to be related? Forget it. There's no case and there's no reward. Go back to your little box and stay out of police business.
What the hell is even that?
Hey, Angelic. Well, that's that. I suppose that you're done too now that there's no money on the table. You kidding? Not a chance. I'm not giving up until I get to the bottom of this. What? But why? A good detective can't rest until all the confusion is swept aside and he can see the truth. But you're not a good detective. You're not even vaguely mediocre. My dad always told me never let a minor thing like skill or ability bog you down. Never mind that, Albert. Look, whatever your reasons and whatever mixed opinions I have of you, I appreciate the fact you're willing to stick with this case and see it through when I can't. You can't give me any help at all? Nope, Chief's orders are very clear. I'm off this case for good and under orders not to bring it up again. So I can't help you. For example, I definitely can't tell you that someone ordered forensics to stop what they were doing. Or that what evidence we did get was stuck in a box in the police archive. Then why are you telling me? ... Oh, I get it. Took me a minute. That's one really tough code to break. Any other ways I can not help you? I need to go interview Francis again, but I don't know where he lives. Yes, well, it's a shame that I can't tell you about how I took down his details to follow up with him later. In fact, I wrote them down on a piece of paper here, but of course I can't show you that paper because that would be discussing the case. Oh, what a shame. Someone snagged it off your desk without you noticing. Any other ways I can not help you? Where can I take a look at the evidence you collected? I should probably submit this collar as part of it. You know, I can't discuss such things, so I absolutely cannot under any circumstances tell you that the case evidence is stored in the back rooms of police archives. In no way, shape or form should you go talk to them, and definitely don't tell them I told you they're a bunch of pencil-pushing hard-asses. Right, I'll make sure not to tell them that. Any other ways I cannot help you? Anything else you found out about the case that you can't tell me? Anything about the body, the explosion, what Francis saw? Afraid I can't tell you anything you don't already know. So there is something. No, I meant that was genuine, not in code. Oh man, this whole detectiving thing is hard. Any other ways I cannot help you? I'm good for now. It's not like I've got any leads to follow. Are you still talking in code or are you actually that dumb? I like to leave things mysterious. Sigh, whatever. Just if you're having trouble, come back here and I'll not help as best as I can. Thanks, Betty, you're a doe. Brilliant observational skills as always. Still, good luck. Let's go to Francis first.
Our twinkle-toed witness didn't just see the body. He saw someone with the body. The same someone who Crocodile Tears got that collar from. I figure it's worth seeing if the sight or smell of the collar jogs his memory, even if it's just enough for an interpretive dance number. Phew, The color does stink, though. Like someone doused it in eau de sewer. Wait, that's just me, isn't it?
Detective, I didn't expect to see you again. Are you here to show off another dance number? Afraid not, Francis. Dancing to say I'm sorry is one thing, but investigating an unsolved case by dancing is beyond my skills. Wouldn't be so sure. Running around in circles, snatching at nothing is surprisingly easy to express and dance. Oh yeah? And how about tell me the color of the victim's fur? Alright, I see your point. Sigh, fine. But I don't know what else I can help with beyond what I already told you. Okay, ask me your questions, cat. So you saw someone stealing something from the body then run into the sewer. Any other details you remember about them? What? You think I'm going to remember more now than when it was fresh in my mind? You never know. Sometimes it takes a while for the brain cells to get up to speed. Ain't that the fucking truth? Maybe if they're hogtied and hobbling on crutches, you know, like yours. But now you mention it, I remember a flash of white. Might have been the outfit or their fur. Any chance the suspect you saw was a lady? Sorry, didn't have time to ask. What with the dead body? I'd clock their gender as somewhat petite. You didn't see what they took off the body? No, well, maybe. It was all in such a flurry I couldn't tell. I was in the middle of a connuption and in the planning stages of a fit. If I showed you the item, do you think that might jog your memory? It might, or it might bore me to tears. The universe is a mysterious and an unknowable thing. Which coincidentally is the theme of my latest dance routine. Oh, I'm feeling inspired to move. Could the movie wait until after you've looked at the thing? Alright, Francis, I want you to take a look at this thing in my pocket. Is this a come-on? Because if it is, I'm beginning to see why Officer Betty said you were single. Nope, here it is. Don't mind the lid. I'm sure that won't compromise the vital piece of evidence. Yeah, actually, now I take a look at it, I think this was what the animal I saw took from the body. They were peeling it off its neck, I think. Excellent. Does it bring it all flooding back? Do you remember anything about the thief? How they got this off the body? What they did immediately after? Did they give a full confession? Tell me every detail you remember from this. I just did. I saw them picking it up from the body, then they booked it. That's it. Fiddlesticks. I thought that would trigger a fully realized flashback with cinematic camera angles and everything. Sniff, sniff. Whoa, phew. Okay, two things I remember. I remember the smell. Yeah, sewers aren't exactly the most fragrant of places, you know. Not that. Well, yes, that too. But I remember a strong smell before the thief ran into the sewers. Just got a whiff of it through the smell of concentrated poo. And this is going to sound weird, but the smell was familiar. Tell me more about the smell. Can you smell it on this collar? Under the seeped-in miasma of sewage? Sure. Can't you smell it? Let me sniff. Sniff. Ugh. Wait, I see what you mean. There's definitely something else there. And yeah, it's very familiar. I've smelled this before somewhere. You have? Huh, what does it smell like to you? Difficult to pick up the nuances through the layers of literal crap. But if I had to describe the scent, I'd probably describe it as... Fine. 2 warthogs playing tennis with an overly ripe blueberry. A really long, really violent, really sweaty game. Nah, you're missing out on the ashy undertones. They clearly had a cigarette afterwards. Nah, that's not quite right either. Maybe more like... an orange stuck at the rear end of an elderly turtle. For 48 hours. Excuse me? You couldn't be more wrong. It's a tortoise, not a turtle. Wait. I got it. It's the ashtray of an elderly chain-smoking rhino. If you then filled that ashtray with whiskey and orange juice. Close. I think it more like apple juice. No, pineapple juice. Yes, that's it, exactly. Wow, how did you know? Because I know exactly which drink smells like this. When the thief took this collar, did you smell this? Sure did. Guess I've forgotten the subsequent blast of sewer smell that came when they opened the lid. Try to remember, did the smell come from the collar or from the thief? What, you think I went up to them, shoved my beak in close and inhaled? Though I did get a pretty strong whiff as the thief passed me by. So chances are the smell on the collar came from the thief. Meaning either that they spilled that drink on themselves or they have that drink a lot. I suppose they must have reeked if it transferred to the collar. What, did they spill the drink on themselves? Either that or it happens to be their favourite drink. You said you recognize the smell, so you're familiar with the drink it comes from. Is that what it is? Oh, I was training my brain to think where I'd smelled it before. So it's what, a cocktail? Yes, and only one speakeasy in town serves a drink that smells and tastes like pineapple juice served in an elderly chain-smoking rhino's ashtray. Wait, you don't mean the back cover? The super secret speakeasy that nobody's supposed to know about? So you know about it? Fifth, of course, I go every week. Everybody who's anybody knows about it. It's just that everybody who's nobody isn't supposed to know. Wait, then how did you know about it? Never mind that now. The point being that smell proves a connection to the back cover and their house special. And it seems a tragic lack of taste. Couldn't it be something classy like an old-fashioned? Or at least make it the ashtray of an elderly chain-smoking yak? I have to go. Huh? Where are you off to in such a hurry? I need to visit a certain bookstore downtown. Or rather, the super secret speakeasy in the back that no one's supposed to know about. I still can't believe you actually know about that place. Would they even let you in? Oh, I'm sure they will. It's already been a week since the incident, after all. They're probably over it by now, I hope. Whatever, I've got somewhere important to be, so if we're done with questions... Thanks, Francis. Dance on, you crazy diamond. Yeah, that's kind of why I need to get going. So if you can get a move on, bye. Let's go to the archives.
I've never been one to play by the book. Mostly because I can barely read. But sometimes to solve a case, you've got to play nice with the manimal. That's why I'm headed to the police archives. I want to lay my pretty eyes on what the cops actually found at the scene and check out what they were actually able to piece together for themselves. Which probably won't be much. Not like the police do much to solve crime in this city.
There's a big bump and a scream effects. Albert clearly ran over someone else again.
Which is a good thing. Sometimes. Hope nobody noticed that.
Yawn, welcome to City PD Archives. Can I help you? Yes, I'm interested in evidence for a case I'm investigating. Snort, boy, did you come to the wrong place. Wouldn't the police archives be the right place? You must be new. Ugh, expecting me to get out of my chair. Yawn. Yeah, what do you want? What do you mean it came to the wrong place? All case evidence is filed here, right? Filed? Sure. What's that supposed to mean? See, this trunk means I never forget. Means the police department can scrimp on actually maintaining a functional filing system for everything. Means everything just gets chucked in the back and locked away while I retain all the important info. Saves them a whole $1. Okay, well then, if you remember everything, then maybe you remember the case of the strange cat body that happened the other night. Doesn't ring a bell. This happened literally less than 48 hours ago. What happened to the trunk meaning you never forget? I took trunk enhancers. Can I at least go in the back to check the archives myself? I don't mind doing your job for you. I mean, don't mind checking for myself. Nah, could you be a bit more specific? Nah, as in I'm forbidden. Nah, as in I need permission. Nah, as in you can't be bothered to get out your chair and open the door. Nah, as in only people allowed back here. Oh, only people allowed back there are the ones dropping off evidence. Well, and the last thing you said too. Only drop-offs. What about when someone in your department wants to take another look at the things to try and crack the case? You realize that never ever happens, right? Fair. So the only time anyone goes back there is to drop off evidence. On a totally unrelated and casual note, if I had evidence for a case, how would I submit it? You'd follow the procedure. And what's the procedure? I forget. You're really bad at that whole elephant thing, huh? Geez, calm down. They need to get hot under the collar. I'm not... Wait, hot under the collar, did you say? I've got some evidence for an ongoing case burning a hole in my fur. Can I give it to you, or... No, wait, I just remember the procedure. Any evidence has got to be properly bagged, wrapped, whatever. Can't just take it as is. There's a wrapping station over there. We were using it for the annual Police Christmas Wrapping Charity Drive. We earned one whole quarter. Thanks for your help. Whatever. Bye. All right. Some kind of wrapping station. Gotta be honest, I was half expecting him to break into some kind of terrible rap. Yeah, what do you want? Here, it's wrapped. Okay, I've wrapped the evidence like you requested. Now, if you could take it and file it under the warehouse cat corpse case. Hold on, I've just remembered another part of the procedure. Why it all has to be wrapped up? Because it protects the integrity of the physical evidence? It's just because it has to be submitted by registered mail or courier. Make sure it gets to us safely. But I'm standing right here ready to hand you the evidence. How much more safely is it going to get to you than that? I mean, you never know. I could drop it in my coffee or something. Besides, I don't feel like working right now. Get a courier to bring it by later. What's the procedure? Go find a door that belongs to you or your business and get a courier to come to it for pickup, I guess? Okay. Thanks for your help. Whatever. Bye. Guess we're to the bookstore.
I'm headed to the front cover. A little independent bookstore with one heck of a secret in the back. See, it's a joke. The super secret speakeasy is called the back cover. It's hidden in the back of the store. And look, it was funnier in my head, all right? Wait, this is my head anyway. There's only one drink in this town that smells like the ashtray of an elderly, chain-smoking rhino filled with whiskey and orange juice.
Pineapple juice.
Only one drink, served by only this one speakeasy. And as far as I know, only ordered by one particular regular. I always liked this bookstore. It's cozy, welcoming.
I say, old chap, what are you doing here? Weren't you kicked out of the back room? Hey, can a cat look for some reading material? Of course, old chap. Given your track record, might I recommend some of our guides on DIY repair and legal defense? Either way, suit yourself. What happens in the back room doesn't concern me. Well, unless it has to do with how many copies of the Invisible Monkey we have back there. If you want to get in, talk to Sir G. Sir Guy, but I'm afraid you may not get far with him without the new password. Or an abject apology. Okay, that's Sir Guy. Let's talk to you. Animal Farm was so disappointing. Who wants to read a treatise on proper techniques for running a farm? Can I help you, old chap? So how's business? The business of selling books, I mean. Not the other business. Not about as well as a little independent bookstore can be doing in this economy. Which is to say, terribly. Luckily, the other business is doing quite well, thanks very much. They pay me a cut to stand out here surrounded by books all day, so I'm not fussed. All this business has to do is present a respectable front. So fair to say that the front cover is a cover for the back cover. Of course, dear boy. Do you know how books work? Oh, you meant the other thing. Yes, that too. So, if a very contrite and currently sober former patron wants to get into, the back rooms, wink wink, how would you go about it? Well, first, my boy, he tried to be slightly less obvious about the surreptitious winking, but as you know, he'd also need the password. The current password, not the password he knew last week. And that's it. I wouldn't... Excuse me. Wouldn't have to do anything else like make a personal apology or pay for the dry cleaning. My dear chap, a password's a password. If you know it, you get to go in. What else are they supposed to do? Turn me away anyway? Sounds like someone who doesn't know how passwords work. What's a new password? So I figure as a smart, educated, worldly animal like you has got to have figured out the new password by now. Oh, I didn't have to. They told me. Oh, well, that makes it easy. What's the new password then? Ah, sorry, chap. I tell you, except for the bit where they told me you're the last animal in the world I'm allowed to tell it to. Pfft, yeah, right. Like I'd be the last animal to tell next to all the cops working vice in this city. You are literally lower on the list than them, yes. I just wanted to apologise for the incident that happened in the back. Oh, no skin off my nose, dear chap. If anything, you helped out my end of the business. I told a lot of how to get stains out of fabric and body disposal methods. I said I was sorry. Did you? I heard you were drunk and yelling very insalubrious things about a customer's mother. Hey, the old dame deserved it. She can throw a mean right hook. He's the new bouncer? I mean, the new totally legitimate shelf stocker, right? That's right. I wouldn't try my luck with him, though. I saw what happened to the last person who tried to get him without a password. Gulp. What happened to them? They were firmly turned away from the door. How ghastly. If only they'd grease their paws a little. How would greasy paws help? Do you have to wrestle him or something? No, I mean, well, you didn't hear this from me, but the fine folk in the back are paying poor, petrifying Sergei in pennies from a seat cushion. And not a nice seat cushion either. But he never complains. He just has been known to get conveniently distracted when someone gives him money, food, clothing. Pretty much anything, really. What the heck? Might as well do some shopping while I'm here. Any good books you think I'd like? You can read? Hey, I read a lot. Reading parking tickets counts, right? Well, old chap, given your limited taste, perhaps something classic will expand your palate. Perhaps of Mice and More Mice. Ooh, is that a cookbook? My dear chap, it's a tragic tale of the animal condition and how society crushes the dreams of the lower classes. Okay, but do they eat at the end? Just saying that the title alone is making my mouth water. I think I can find my way around, thank you. Cough, cough. Doubt that very much, cough. Oh, rightio, chap. Ask me if you need anything. I want a new romance novel, but I can't decide between Animals Field Park or Taken by the Tender Tortoise. I kind of want to see how many more jokes they have, but I also kind of don't. All right, let's see what we can do with you. Cat. Bear. So, been working here long? It's such a cool bookstore. I've known the owner a while. My name is... I know who you are, Cat. You are not getting in while Sir Guy stand watch. Not without passwords. What about with password? Then you are getting in while Sir Guy stand watch. But Sir Guy give you very intimidating and judgmental glare as you pass. Look, I just want to say I'm sorry for what happened. That time, and that I've learnt my lesson. No more licking spilled bourbon from the floor. So, are we good? Niet. Okay. Can I at least go in and express my apologies directly to the bartender? Niet. Then how am I supposed to say sorry and have everything forgiven? You don't. So, I'm looking for a book. Do you have Tequila Mockingbird in the... Jesus Christ. Nice try, Cat, but password has changed. Your password no good anymore. Wait, they changed it already? This password should be good for at least another 2 weeks. They only cycle it once a month. That was before Silly Cat make mess of bar. And stage and ceiling. The ceiling? I don't remember that. And that is why you never get new passwords and you never go back room again. Now run along, Silly Cat. Look, let's forget all that password nonsense. Any chance I could, give you something as thanks? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Sir Guy will accept money. Oh, you and me both, buddy. But I'm afraid I've got a temporary case of brokenness. And Sergey will accept item and trades that can be sold for money. Like what? A kidney would be acceptable. Whoa, let's not get too hasty. Let's see what I have to trade. How about a nice shiny new collar for your collection? I thought we had that wrapped up in a box. A collar that, hang on. A collar that I don't actually have on me at the moment, it seems. Then it'll be hard to give it to Sergey. Let me get back to you on that. I've got to go. You keep guarding that storeroom back there.
So, looks like the police archivist is as helpful as the rest of the cops in this city. Screw them. Once I get this caller into the archive, I can look for myself, and all will take is a quick phone call to my local courier. I sure hope I paid my phone bill. Look, a cat needs he can only say even a private. And the landlord complained when I used the wall. That's right, in the eyes of me, whatever, on the rocks.
Okay, so none of that has changed.
Whoa, there's a dial tone. Guess the check to the phone company didn't bounce yet.
At the earlobes. Volpine Velocity Courier. Our speed is our service. We're already there at your destination, handing over your package. Yeah, great. I've got a package to deliver. No problem. We're on our way. I haven't told you where the package is going. It's 146 Warthog Way. No problem. We'll be there in a jiffy. Our speed is our service. How did you do that? We pride ourselves on our speed. And part of that's knowing where your package is going before you do. Anyway, we're almost there. What, don't you need to pick up the package first? I'm at apartment 23950 Lizard Lane. Got it. We'll be there shortly. Remember, our speed is our service.
Huh. That was weird. I wonder if... Wow, that was fast.
Knock, 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 knock. Here for pickup, sir. Okay, that's impressively fast. We aim to impress, sir. Like our motto says, our speed is our service. Just hand me the package and I'll be off in a jiffy. Don't I have to pay you or something? No need. For the sake of convenience and speed, we've already billed your bank account for the full amount. Well, that's... Hey, wait a minute. I didn't... You know what? Never mind. Let's just get this over with. Here's the pack. Got it. On my way. I'll let you know once delivery is complete. Remember, our speed is our service.
There goes a fox who loves his job, I guess. Okay, maybe he loves it a bit too much.
Look, I know your speed is your service, but this has now gone from impressively speedy to unnecessarily speedy. How am I supposed to fit in a catnap if you don't take your time? Excuse me, Mr. Wild?
The minute she walked into my office, I knew she was bad news. The kind of bad news when you order the seafood special and the waiter tells you they're all out, and now you're all disappointed.
Mr. Wild?
She was all doe eyes and wolfish smile. Or maybe the other way around.
Hello?
Her canine coyness, setting my feline feelings on edge.
Mr. Wild? Is anyone in there? Depends on who you ask. What can I do for you, Miss, G? Just Mrs. G will do. Did you get my note? What note? The note I left yesterday on your door. Oh, that note. Your note. Totally. So you're, MG, right? Yes, that is me, MG, for Mrs. G. An ironclad alias. Good. Can't be too careful in this city. So what seems to be the trouble, Mrs. G? I am having some trouble in my life right now, and I want to hire you to help me. What sort of trouble? Wait a minute, let me guess. Let's do theft. Your most valuable piece of jewelry, your prized possession, vanished in the night. I can tell by the way you fold your paws. Wait, what? So, just for my notes, was it a diamond? Ruby? Emerald? Oh, maybe rubies and emeralds. Mr. Wild, I thought you said you received my note. I did, yes. And I read it very carefully, including the bit about, Oh, right. You wanted to talk about your husband. Let me guess, your husband is... He's missing. You came home one day and he just vanished without a trace. That's why there's tear tracks in the fur around your eyes. Wait, that was just onions. And you came to me because you knew I'd stick my nose in every flea hole in the city, that I wouldn't rest until I found your husband and brought him home. Actually, I know exactly where my husband is. He's in his room. Well, that's not much of a mystery for me to solve then, is it? Well, glad I was able to help. I'll send you my bill. You are not listening. My husband is not coming out of his room, and he's not letting me in. Well, he might be doing, you know, private things. For a month? Okay, yeah, that's a bit much. Do you know why he's refusing to leave his room? No, that is why I want to hire you, Mr. Wilde. I want to know why my beloved Eddie suddenly shut me out. And you think I can figure it out? Well, I suppose you are technically a detective, from what I heard. Sorry, ma'am, but I'm a busy cat. I'm currently butt-glands deep in a murder case. Well, maybe not murder, but there's a dead body and a mystery, so that's almost as good as murder. So I really don't have time to play marriage counselor. I'll pay you triple your usual rate. I will make the time to play marriage counselor.
The minute she walked into my office, I knew she was good news. The kind of good news when you order the seafood special and you get an extra prawn on the side.
Mr. Wilde, are you monologuing? Oh, just part of my full detective service package, ma'am. As is investigating, so why not sit down and tell me about it? Cough while I bill you by the hour, cough. Actually, I cannot stay. I'm on the way to a doctor's appointment. So I cannot tell you anything right now. That will make the investigation harder, to be sure. But it's fine. I like a challenge, especially if it means I get to rack up my bill. I know, why don't you come by our place? I'll have time later to answer your questions, and maybe you can speak to Eddie. Here, I have our address written down. When you have a moment, please come. I'm out of my mind about poor Eddie, and you're the best. The only one, you're technically a hope I have. I'll put that on my business card, Mom. I'll drop by later then.
Well,
that wolf didn't have a
case
neck.
That definitely has nothing to do with the big case. Good thing, too, seeing as the big case ain't paying now. Crap. What was I doing before she showed up? Oh, right. The plot's calling.
Hello? Good news, sir. Your package has been delivered. Gotta take my hat off for your speedy service. Mind you, I don't wear a hat, so never mind. Tell me, did you see where they put the package? Like, say, in the back rooms or something? Didn't stick around to see, sir. Had to rush to the next job. As I always say, speed is our service. Yeah, I get it. Well, thanks anyway. Is there any... And they got.
Guess their wrap-up is as fast as their delivery. Now what? Who is it this time?
I mean, you can see through the door.
Who is it now? The courier with my package again. Mrs. G with more about the case.
No, just me with some leftover casserole, sweetie. Want any? Oh, Deb, you're a lifesaver. How come you always treat me so well? Well, judging by all the new clients and jobs you're working on, I figure it won't be long before you end up in legal trouble again. Which means I'll be paying another piglet's way through college. Right. Well, thanks for the casserole. And the ride earlier. And the ride I'll be calling for later, probably. Don't mention it. I'll send you my invoice.
And I will ignore it, but feel real bad about it.
All right. We want to go to the clock shop.
They'll have filed the caller under the evidence for my case by now, which means I'll teleport right into the file I need to see. Hope their file folders are big and sturdy enough to contain my awesomeness. What the? A garbage can? They threw the caller in the garbage. Glad to see the city PD is filing its evidence with due care and process. Something to look forward to while I look up the case file. Let's see. Case 263. Interviewed the organizer for a fish. I'd say our tax dollars at... Anyway, that's not it. Case 111. traffic accident. No, this isn't it. Mind you, maybe it would be if I knew the first thing about case 419. Another complaint lodged against Albert Watt. Too many to go through, and still no. All right. Doing one more than throwing up my paws. Case 5990. Wait,
This is the one.
this is it. This is the entire police file for the case. This is every piece of evidence, every note taken. This is a joke, right? There's like 2 pages in here, and half a page is just a stick figure drawing of the body with a frowny face. Body found under, this bit's partly crossed out. Implosion, then explosion, then hole in roof. That's odd. Body appears to be a small feline consistent with case 4666. As such, no further investigation needed or authorized. Send all case materials to janitorial to be recycled as toilet paper. Maybe it's a good thing their filing system is as deficient as their investigation skills. I'd hate to be fishing scraps of paper off Officer Hippo's rear end. Case 4666. So something like this has happened before. Sounds like I need to do some more reading, which is a sentence I never thought I'd be saying. Case 4666. Here we go. Dated a few months prior. Let's see what's in here. A lot of redactions. That's what. I haven't seen this many strike-throughs and black marker on a piece of paper since the last time a lady gave me her number.
It's a very obvious joke to make right now, and I'm not going to make it.
The whole case file is redacted to heck and back. How am I supposed to make out any of it? Hang on. There are some bits where the marker started dying. Guess police funding didn't extend to their stationery supply. A little squinting with my keen feline eyes, and I can make out cat. I guess that's something. Come on, eyeballs. Strain. Strain harder. Narrow those pupils. Is that appeared? Unusual? Unknown? Roof hole? Sounding awful familiar. Something about released into custody. What? Some evidence? Property? Another body? Someone living and released to who? Claimant? Parties involved, including... Ugh, I can barely make out the letters. M-A-N. Wait. Manny. Manny the Mantis. Again. Is that twice he's gotten involved in these cat cases? Wait. Never mind. That's an I, not an A. I should actually learn to read someday. M-I-N-K-Y-J-O. Minky. The Mink Jones. He runs the Rabbit Rodents gang, I think. So not the underworld boss I thought it was. Just another underworld boss. Let's see. D. Dom. Dom D. Dom D. Wait. They couldn't mean Dom the Dolphin, the terror of 10th Street, head of the Sharks and Shirts gang. They say if you cross him, you'll sleep with the fishes. That's because he locks you in a fish cannery for the night. Best botch job of my life, really. Ugh, can't quite make it out. Oh, Ren. No, Ran. Utan. Oh, wait. Gutan. Orangutan. Orangutan. Head of the hairy apes. Even I know about them. And that's really saying something. I thought they kept to their side of 10th Street. Guess orang's got a long reach, you know. Being an orangutan and all. So, one cat case, 3 names. All prominent members of the criminal underworld. counting Manny the Mantis in my case. And that makes, hang on, let me get out my calculator. 4. 4 underworld bosses, all involved somehow with weird cases involving weird cats. Which means absolutely nothing to me, given I don't know the first thing about the criminal underbelly of this town. I'm too busy minding my own underbelly, thanks. It's getting a little saggy. Besides, how am I supposed to know the secret ins and outs of this town's criminal underworld? Not like I work in a job where that information would be useful or anything. No. I'm gonna need to run this info by someone who knows this stuff. Someone who's not only seen this city's seedy underbelly, but who's given it a scritch and a rub while saying, "Who has the cutest criminal underbelly? That's you." Which rules out pretty much every cop in this town. Meaning I'll need to find someone who's actually part of that world. But where would I find them? Not here, that's for sure.
Alright, well, we have investigated... Hello, Mr. Elephant. Investigated the archives.
Alright, now the tough part. How to get out of here. I'm imagining that since this is all their classified files, it must be under pretty
Yeah, the
heavy
door's just going to
locking
be open.
keys
We get it.
that they apparently forgot to actually lock. Great elephanting, I gotta say.
Hey, you're not supposed to be here. I'm calling the police. Aren't you the police? Damn it, you're right. Oh, does that mean I have to call myself? Does that mean I have to actually work? That's not what I took this job for. Right, well, while you work that out, speaking of calling people who are supposed to be helpful, I should probably call for a ride. Can I borrow your phone? You know what? If it means you leave before I have to actually do anything, please do. Thanks for giving me a ride, Deborah, again. You do seem to be needing a lift a lot today. Not that I mind, but have you considered taking the bus? In this city? You realize the giant police force budget means no budget for transit, right? You'd be lucky if a bus came every other ice age. I'm just saying, as much as I'm happy with the arrangement, bus fare is less than my retainer. Again, in this city? I wouldn't be so sure. Besides, I'm a detective. I've got an image to maintain. Hard-boiled, worldly wise, the kind of guy who's too cool to take a bus. I mean, you're currently sitting on a sticky lollipop my daughter left on the back seat, so...
Hard-boiled detective.
Alright, we are back at the clock shop. I don't think I need to be here though. Well... Okay, it is still attuned. I think we just need to put get the collar probably into the speakeasy next.
This is not a walking distance.
Although we'd have to wrap it up again, which maybe... Oh no, we're going to give it to him. Right, here's the bribe-I-mean gift I have for you. A collar, not just any collar, a stylish designer collar made from authentic material. And as you can probably smell, it carries its own unique fragrance. Truly a singular collector's item. Okay, I'll assume the fact that you're shoving it in your pocket like it's got a candy wrapper means that you accept my gift. So I can just go in now? Niet. What? But I bribed you. I mean, I gave you a gift and everything. You give Sergey a gift that Sergey would need to pay Sucker to take off paws. Sergey not owe you anything, cat. Well, fine, keep it then. Not like I want it for some incredibly genius plan involving teleportation or anything. I mean, not like I want it or anything. I've got to go. You keep guarding that storeroom back there, Sergey. Alright, so now I think we can just...
Time to see where the bouncer put my collar. surely somewhere safe as befits a valuable bribe. I mean, gift. Either I end up in the bar itself, or somewhere where I can listen for the passwords. Either way, I'm gonna be sitting pretty.
I'm expecting we're going to blow up Sergei, but we'll see. Nope, back in the trash.
What am I doing out here in the garbage? I was supposed to teleport to where the caller was. So surely I should be in the back of the bar, or the bouncer's wallet. A safe vault, heck. Maybe a nice little shadow box frame on the wall for displaying it. Wait, did that guy throw away the perfectly nice collar I flagrantly bribed him with? Just another sign of how rotten this city is. A place where flagrant bribes aren't treated with the respect they deserve. Speaking of which, I guess I should pick my flagrant bribe up, huh? Smells like my flagrant bribe has become a wait. Dang. And I thought I'd come up with someone's coming. Quick. Hide.
Sorry about this, sweetie. I was worried about you. What happened? And how did you get so drunk? It was the funniest story. I was looking for that book Hick told you about. I asked the nice bear if they had a copy of A Mandrill for All Seasons in the back. He said they did, but Hick, when he let me back there to check, they didn't have it. Know what they had? Lots and lots of booze. What? Why did you drink it? Didn't want to be rude. Oh, never mind. Let's just get you home.
That's it. A mandrill for all seasons. The key I need to get where I'm going. All thanks to my feline sense of stealth.
Oh, by the way, sweetie, who was that weird cat standing in the alley watching us? Oh, him? Probably just a garbage collector.
Stealthy, like the night.
Cat. The password is A Mandrill for All Seasons. Alright, if cat have password, cat can go in. It really is that easy? Sergei orders clear. Only let in animals with password. Cat has password. Now stop bother Sergei.
They say not to judge a book by its cover. And the back cover is no different.
Oh, look, there's Francis.
It might look classy, dignified, welcoming.
Nope, not you. Get out.
That unassuming back cover blurb hides a lurid tale of greed, crime, lies, and scandal. The kind of story where...
God damn it, is he monologuing again? No monologuing. That's how everything went to hell in the first place. Okay, fine, I'll stop. Don't worry, barkeep, I'm on best behavior. I don't care if you're kissing an angel's left butt cheek. What part of banned for life did you not understand? Get out. You can't keep me out of this place. And why not? Because I know the password. Damn you to high hell. Guess my hooves are tied then. Fine, you can stay, but no funny business. Look, if it's about my unfortunate attempt at a comedy act, no funny business. Also, for God's sake, have a bath. You stink of garbage. I mean, I guess I could give myself a tongue bath right here. You know what? I'll tolerate the stink. That's an interesting plant we're looking at. Oh, I can only move sideways for some reason. I think we beat you up just earlier. Rudy's also here. Well, hey, if it ain't the cat who came sniffing around our base. Gave me one heck of a shiner, you know. Oh dear, you look good. I can't even see the black eye. That's because of my scaly complexion. Anyway, either real brave or real stupid. I'd say brave, but apparently I'm outvoted by everyone else. Well, either way, you got some guts. No hard feelings, yeah? I don't know, the bump on my head you gave me was pretty hard. Hey, that was business. I'm here on pleasure. So I got no beef with you. Mostly because neither of us are cows. You let me drink till I get a headache on my own and we got no problems. Dig? I've got to talk to your boss, Manny Malone, again. Where can I find him? You can't. Wait, he's dead? Jeez, I knew I shouldn't have left him trapped in the upside-down glass with no air or food. Nah, one of our boys found him and let him loose after you left. He's fine, just very, very pissed at you. So what, you going to beat me up again? Rip the collar I stole from my paws? Send me to the bottom of the river so I get my fur all wet? Fifth me, I'm not doing any of that. Like I said, I'm here to relax. I'm off the clock. I'm not doing no crocodile tears business while I got a drink in my claw. But that also means I ain't playing secretary to your meetings with our boss, and I ain't telling you where our new HQ is. You ain't going there and you ain't seeing the mantis again. But trust me, given how peeved the boss is, you don't want to see him again. Hey, Scales, is it? Did you hear? Sounds like the Crocodile Tears are having some trouble with the other gangs tonight. They might need your help. First, what do you know about the other gangs? Frankly, I'm surprised you knew about us. Well, I know that the hairy apes are flinging poo at your boys. I mean, I guess you're used to it after all that time in the sewers, but wait, they're trying to start a fight? I didn't think their boss was that dumb. Well, you know that orangutan really loves her monkey business, criminal or otherwise. You know about orangutan? Which in hindsight is sort of funny and weird because she is not, in fact, a monkey now I think of it. Oh, I'd better head back and see what's up. Boss will probably need my help. Yeah, you should go. Your help might really help balance the scales. Get it? Scales? Because your name is... And you're a... You know what? I'm going to shut up now before you eat me. First smart thing you've said or done all night. Fine, I'm off. Tell the barkeep to put my drink on your tab. Sure will, and wait, what?
Man, I hope he gets gingivitis and cavities someday. That'll learn him.
Alright, I don't know why we wanted to get rid of him, but okay. Oh, you. Rudy, good to see you. What are you doing here at the secret speakeasy that nobody knows about? You were the one who blabbed about it months ago. Oh yeah, that was why I got kicked out the other time. Anyway, what are you doing here? Don't you have to mind the kiosk? How many jackasses, donkeys and mules you think need to check the newspaper at this time of night? Besides, Jimmy's holding down the fort. I've earned a drink for my troubles, I think. You have troubles? Sure do, like getting a certain catty jerk to pay back the money he owes me. Oh, right. How about that? If you're about to launch into a sub-story about how the gig you had lined up isn't going to pay, I can't fully express how little I want to hear it. Good to know. I definitely was not about to do anything like that, no sir. Good, because the only next words I want to hear from you are, I've got your money right here. Got it? ... Ugh, what's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Well, yeah, considering I'm a cat who's got a tongue. But you said not to say any other words except I've got your money right here, so I couldn't reply, and then... Oh, just leave before I decide to relieve my headache with some horn-related violence. Maybe I like horn-related violence. Oh, so you did make it to the super-secret speakeasy that nobody's supposed to know about. I'm honestly surprised. Well, you know, I'm a detective. I know all sorts of things nobody's supposed to know about. What? To make up for not knowing all the things everybody's supposed to know about? More or less. Speaking of which, if you're a regular, how did you not put two and two together and realise who it was you smelled at the scene of the crime? Do I look like that kind of bird who goes up to everyone in the bar and sniffs them deeply? I have other more important things to do with my time. Actually, yeah, didn't you chase me out of your apartment saying you had somewhere important to be? Yet now you're here? Sweetie, after the week I've had, this is somewhere important to be. Besides all your questions about the drinks and things, here got me thirsty. Well, glad to know the mysterious death of a fellow feline has provided an excuse. Sorry, inspiration to come here and get drunk. Hey, no reason to let a little death and detective work ruin a perfectly good evening. Ugh, what do you want? I'll have a gin on the rocks. Sandstone, not granite. Shaken, then stirred, then shaken again, then left out for 5.3 minutes before one last shake, then combined with a whole lemon, a paper umbrella, and a tub full of moonshine still in the tub. You'll get a water, and that's it. Water? What kind of speakeasy is this? The kind that doesn't want to repeat the previous incidents involving cats, tubs of moonshine, and $15,000 in property damage. But I'm a paying customer. I want my drink, damn it. Fine. Want to pay for the property damage while you're at it? Water's fine. Maybe you can use that to wash off some of the stench. Phew. So how's business lately? Better now that we've finished payments and repairs. Do you know how rainy the city is? And how many holes you left in the roof? Did I mention I'm sorry? Because I'm sorry. Well, to be fair, it did end up being a great feature for marketing. Rustic skylights and all that. We even came up with a commemorative cocktail. Named it after you and everything. Wait. You're saying I indirectly inspired my own special cocktail? Wow, what an honor. Yeah, the Flaming Dumpster Fire is one of our best sellers. Who knew? Speaking of dumpsters, you smell like you've been rolling around in one. And that's what you've been doing, but I'm afraid to know. So about what happened earlier that triggered my completely unfair removal and ban from the premises. If you're going to end that sentence with anything but an apology, you might want to rethink that. So an apology would help? No, but it's the only thing that wouldn't make things worse. Alright, I'm sorry. For everything. Except for calling the lady's mother a hamster. She deserved that pie to the face. Well, it turns out I was wrong. The apology made things worse too. Oh, lots of familiar faces here tonight. What do you expect? It's a speakeasy. We got regulars. Regulars that all happen to be animals I know who are relevant to the case I'm investigating? Hey, I pride myself on running a convenient watering hole. So is this when I ask you questions about each of them, get all the gossip straight from the stripy horse's mouth? Firstly, zebras are not stripy horses, and that stereotype has held us back for far too long. And secondly, you've got some very weird ideas about how bartenders work, Cat. Since when are we supposed to know everything about everyone? Since always? Like I said, weird ideas. Fine, but there's one familiar face I don't see here tonight. Is she here? Could you be a bit more specific, Cat? I run a gender-diverse establishment here. Oh, for who else would I be asking about? I mean, you're sort of trying to be deliberately mysterious, so... Elma. I'm asking about Elma. Is she here tonight? Oh, I mean... I would hope so, considering she works here. Matter of fact, she's due to go on stage any minute.
And there she is. Miss Elma Gautier. Trouble. The kind of trouble that wears a colorful dress. Though, you'll have to take my word on it. What with that black and white filter, she's a sheep, a seducer, a siren.
I was wondering what they... I'm not doing the singing either. If they can't be bothered, I can't be bothered. I'm feeling like a lost lamb. Because my life, it don't make sense. My heart was wild and free till I met your electric fence.
Not a good siren, mind you. I don't judge. In this world, you do what you can to survive. And Elma, she's a survivor. Even if it means getting her wool dirty with some questionable activities.
I should have known much better than to shack up with a beast. Now my pride is all in tatters. Me and my bank account were fleeced.
Speaking of questionable activities, I hope this song finishes soon.
That's why, my dear, I'm telling you, you've been bad news to me. Gotta wash you out of my wool. Thank you, thank you. If you want a tip, you know where to find me at the bar. Elma Gautier, good to see you. And hear you again. Well, look who the cat dragged in. I'm not even certain how that would work. Grabbing my own collar or... Oh, good to know some things never change. Sniff, you, except maybe your cologne. Have you been rolling in trash? Something like that. I could give myself a tongue bath right now if it's a problem. No, I like a cat that's not afraid to get dirty. Speaking of which, I didn't think I'd see you in this bar again after what you pulled. Yes, well, I can be very persuasive when I put my mind to it. How has the bar life been treating you, my dear? Oh, same old, same old. Bad tips, lousy front of house, terrible pay per show, barely making rent. The usual. It's a bad scene. Uh-huh. And how are you getting by? The usual? Well, you know me, darling. A lady's got to do what she's got to do to get by. Even if it means a little under the table here and there.
Under the table is an understatement. Try 10 floors down. In the basement, no. In the sewers, Let's just say our first meeting was when she picked my pocket. Joke was on her. My wallet was empty, like it always is. Like I said, Elma Gautier is a survivor. And in this town, there are plenty of opportunities for a survivor too.
Sweetie, you're monologuing again. Remember, inside voice, outside voice. All right, well, glad to know you still got friends in low places helping you out. Oh yes, and you, like me, always relies on generous friends. Even the ones who just thrown a little into the cookie jar, if you catch my drift. Hang on, what are we talking about? Are we talking about, I'm trying to hint that you should buy me a drink, you cute, clueless cheapskate. Oh, right. That was all part of my plan. I mean, yeah, sounds great. Bartender, can I order my friend, one house special pineapple regret for the lady? I'm no lady, but I'll never turn down my favorite drink. Tastes like regret and pineapple. Can't get enough of these. I know, your wall smells of them all the time. Big talk from a brave boy who stinks of back alley garbage, my sweet. At least I smell vaguely like something distantly related to a fruit. So given that, mind explaining to me why I've got a collar from one of my cases that's reeking of pineapple regret? What are you implying? That I did it? Why would I steal a collar? How did you know it was a collar? Because you just said that. You just said that was what it was. Oh, whoops, damn. I totally thought that detective trick would work. But how do you explain the smell of your favorite drink? You're probably just mistaken. The smell of the sewers probably just screwed up your sense of smell. Wait, damn. You didn't mention it was in the sewers, did you? You cunning bastard. You played dumb with the collar trick just to set another trap for me. I did? Yes, I totally did. Completely intentional. Me playing dumb. Now, should we try this again? I didn't kill that cat if that's what you're wondering. That's a start. Let's see what else you can tell me. So you were there when the weird cat died? Not exactly. It was dead already when I got there. It was a bad scene. I was in the neighborhood on my way home from work. I was minding my business when I heard a loud crack. I probably should have let sleeping dogs lie, but I figured it was worth checking out. I got to the warehouse and I saw... What? The cat? The hole? No, I mean, yes, I saw the cat, but I was more focused on what was on the cat. On the... Wait, you mean the collar? Yes, it caught my eye. But like you said, the cat was there too. So I ran in to check on him, but he was gone. I swear on my life, he was already stone cold dead. If he wasn't, I would have helped. But since he was... What, you ripped the collar off his freshly dead body? I didn't rip it off. I unbuckled it very carefully. That's why I was there long enough to get interrupted. So I take it you noticed the cat looked weird. That's an understatement. Like I said, it was a bad scene. Have you ever seen a cat like that before? Living or dead? No, but I heard about... What? What did you hear? I can't tell you. Why not? Where did you hear? Whatever it was, you can't tell me. Can't tell you that either. Ugh, I'm getting a headache about what you can and can't tell me. Too confusing. I can tell you that the cat was dead when I got there, but not for long. He was still warm. I thought you said it was stone cold dead. Figure of speech, darling. Fine, anything else you can tell me. Only that I have no idea why he looked like that, and I never seen him before in my life. Except, what? He looked like you. If you were short on 4 legs and a freak of nature, I mean. And that you didn't hesitate to steal from me. Him, whatever. Actually, it made me even more eager, not going to lie. I do love treating you bad, darling. The collar stinks of pineapple regret, which means you were carrying it around, I take it. I grabbed off the body as soon as I realized the cat was dead. But why? It's not even your style. It's not for me, you ninny. It's for... who? Look, that collar is more valuable than you realize. It's in high demand, shall we say. I know it looks like a silly little scrap of fabric, but actually I kind of get why folks might want one. You do? Well, you clearly know something I don't. Which is not a sentence I thought I'd ever say. All I know through the grapevine is that there were several parties interested in getting their hands on a collar like that. Man, why am I never invited to parties like that? Trust me, these are bad parties you don't want any part of. What does that have to do with... Oh, you're talking about crime and stuff. Yes, please shout it loud in the middle of the bar, which is also technically a crime in earshot of a mook who's part of an organised crime racket. But yeah, it turns out some folks out there want that collar bad. And whoever's interested is willing to pay handsomely for them. And, well, you know, I like handsome things, sweetie. That's why I put up with your pretty empty head. So you saw the body, the collar. What about the hole? There was a hole in the ceiling. I'm not sure what else you want me to say, Sugar. I mean, did you notice anything about the hole? Like, I don't know, maybe any signs of explosives or fire or something? Sorry, it's more focused on the dead body. Cough, cough, and the collar on it. Cough, bad scene, you know? But no. Now, you mentioned it, I didn't see or smell anything like that. And I would have noticed smoke. It's hell to get out of wool, you know? Compared to pineapple regret and eau de sewage? Fair point. But still, I don't think holes like that are caused by that kind of explosion. At least not this time. Holes like that? So then what happened? You said you were interrupted. Yeah, by a very high-pitched shriek. Turns out some feathery flamingo stumbled on me in the body. I panicked and the bird brain was blocking the only door out, so I ran the only other way I could think of. Into the sewers. You weren't trying to meet up with anyone there? Say a certain green insect and his equally green goons? If you mean Manny the Mantis and the Crocodile Tears, far from it. I was hoping to sneak off their turf without them knowing I was there. They found me after about 10 minutes. My horrified and disgusted shrieking gave me away. You? Shrieking? What was there to shriek about? Darling, do I look like the kind of who enjoys bathing in sewage? I had to shampoo my wool for hours to get the stench out. Bad scene. Boo. All right, but if you were just grabbing the collar to sell it for money, why not just sell it to Manny when he caught you? Oh, he made an offer. It's just that the offer involved 10 very intimidating crocodiles and a pointed reminder that the loot was on his turf. So he had to surrender the collar and run home empty-hoofed. This time, unfortunately. Too bad. Wait, this time? You know, this pineapple regret is really nice. You should try it. The ashtray flavour is not bad. You make it sound like this has happened before. Do I now? I mean, you certainly don't seem that surprised by what happened. That's just my sang-froid, my dear. Not sure what Sam Lloyd has to do with this. Is he a suspect? Did you do this before? You're lucky you're cute, or I'd be real put out by you right now, mister. So, has it happened before or not? Sure has, don't know how many times, but enough that it's almost a regular thing lately. So who were you going to sell the collar to before Manny the Mantis put in his winning bid? Whoever ended up being the highest bidder, obviously. You really don't understand how money works, do you, sweetie? I understand that means there were lots of interested buyers who were willing to compete with each other. Oh, that would be a very smart deduction from you, Al. Save for the bit where I already said as much a few minutes ago. You expect me to pay attention to what you say? Bah. And as for these buyers, any of them have names? Not the sort of names I'd feel comfortable yelling in the middle of a bar. What do you mean? It's just something that's probably illegal in the middle of an illegal bar filled with illegal... Ooh, now I get it. Yes, you get it. Imminal Cray, the world unday stuff. Stay. Sorry, babe, I don't speak your fancy French. So if that's your plan for avoiding having the whole criminal underworld listening in, you'll have to do something else. Sigh, like I said, the sorts of buyers I had in mind, with the kind of cash I had in mind, aren't the sort who like me yelling their names in public. A bad scene, you know? Of course, I might feel more comfortable talking about them if you started yelling their names in public. Because no one knows to suspect me, so I'd be safe if I did it. More like I'd rather you get your kneecaps whacked than me. You say the cat was already dead, but how do I know you're telling the truth? How do I know that any of this is what actually happened? What? I'm not trustworthy? Why wouldn't you trust Lil or me? Well, I mean, we could start with the fact that you seem to be rubbing haunches with the animals of the bad scene, as you call it. Or the fact that you willingly admitted to stealing from a corpse in order to score some cash. But mostly it's because you're a singer in a smoky jazz bar. That's always means you're up to no good. All right, that. Look, I can't blame you for doubting me. It doesn't look good, but all I'm really guilty of is being too poor to be fussy about where I get my dough. I'm not bad. I'm just a black sheep of sorts. If that's the case, mind telling me the whole truth? There's clearly something bigger going on here where you're not giving all the info. A gal's got to have some secrets, especially when they might get her in trouble with the wrong crowd. Well, let's just say if you ask the right questions, I might be willing to tell you more of what I know. Whether you trust it is up to you. So let me get this straight. You were a bystander to the death or appearance or whatever of this mystery cat corpse? Correct. You were short on cash and you'd heard the collar was valuable on the black market, so you grabbed it with the idea of selling it for a quick buck. More or less, yes. But Manny's goons caught you before you could leave the area, shook you down and took the collar for themselves. Oh, look at you rubbing your two brain cells together for once. I'm impressed. 3, actually. I'm very proud. And the third one is still stuck on who wanted this collar, why, and how you knew about it. All perfectly good questions, my little himbo hairball. Perhaps you should go see if you can dig up some answers for asking me about them. So I found something very interesting in the police archives. Case 4666. Ring a bell? Should it? Considering it involves a mysterious cat, a hole, and 3 very interesting individuals, I figured it might. Tell me, do the names Dom the Dolphin, Orangutan, and Minky the Mink Jones mean anything to you? Fine, I know them. Or well, know of them at least. They were the buyers I was hoping to sell the collar to. But they're all gang leaders like Manny, aren't they? Between them, they're the heads of the city's criminal underworld. Now you're getting it. And now you know why I wasn't in a hurry to chat about it with a goon sitting nearby. I think we already got rid of the goon, but it's fine. But yeah, the whole underbelly of this town's in one hell of a state. The heads of the gangs are looking for those collars, and they're willing to pay top dollar to anyone who brings one to them. Collars, as in plural? Oh, honey, you passed elementary grade grammar. Honestly, no sass, I'm proud of you. But yes, that's how plurals work. So one from this case, and one from case 4666, I assume. So this, whatever this is, happened twice? Twice, oh you sweet stupid sex on legs. More like the police only caught it twice. It's happened way more than that. What actually happened? So you say it happened more than once, but what is it? I don't really know the details, but from what I gather, they all involve some sort of weird cat appearing out of nowhere in random parts of the city. Huh, I didn't think I took any cases like this before. Not you, more like the dead cat. Real small, weird legs. Although I don't know if all of them actually died. I heard some of them were alive and just went missing afterwards. Bad scene, I say. All of them blew some kind of hole in the ceiling or building when they showed up. And most of them had some sort of collar on them as well. Those collars are what's got everyone riled up. That's why the gangs are on the lookout for any random cats showing up. And why there's big bucks to make if you can bring them one. Hence why you went for it. I think I'm getting it, for once. Wow, a whole 2 times the police did their job? Don't be too impressed. It was pure luck both times that they stumbled on the cat before anyone else did. And well, both times there were some strings being pulled to bury the case, if you catch my drift. Catching anyone's drift is against my religion, thanks. Also, what did strings have to do with anything? They're fun to bat around and play with, but pay off, sweetie. The gangs have their fingers, paws, hooves and claws in the police pie. Clearly one of them made your case go away, so no one poked too deeply. Ha! Poking too deeply is my speciality. It's what stopped me from becoming a dentist. Or a proctologist. Thanks for that bad image. So what have the gangs been doing exactly? Besides paying off the cops, you mean? Well, they've all been keeping ears to the ground listening for any word of one of those weird cats showing up. So they're not the ones behind bringing the cats in the first place? I don't know. But they do seem to have a good sense of when to be on alert. Just not where. Either way, when they get wind of another, whoever runs that territory swoops in and clears everything out before the cops or anyone else notice. Unless, say, a plucky gal sneaks in to grab the goods before then. Uh-huh. And how'd that go for you? Pretty bad. But you can't blame a girl for trying. The gangs might have an understanding about respecting turf, but that won't stop them from trying to get a leg up on each other. Or several legs, really. So when they clear everything out, does that mean the cat too? Are they putting the poor kiddies in concrete muffin makers? No idea. They take the cat with them either way. No one's actually seen any of the cats since then. So yeah, bad scene, even for me. But I get the feeling that's just tying up loose ends. It's not the cats they're interested in, it's those weird collars of theirs. They're fighting tooth and nail over them. Makes you think there might be a separate buyer that they're all competing for. What I don't understand is what's so special about those collars. I can't imagine why so many are trying to get their hands on them. Wow, for once, something I know that you don't. So how long has this been going on for with the cats and collars and stuff? Oh, months, darling. It's been a bad scene for a while. How has no one besides your shady friends picked up on anything? Surely they'd have noticed something after this long. Sweetie, you don't even notice when you have kitty litter on your butt. I don't think you're an expert on what does and doesn't draw attention. Besides, my shady friends like to keep things on the down low, and they're very good at what they do. So then I guess the question is, if this has happened more than twice, how many times has it happened? A lot. Like 3, 4, high single digits? Try high double digits. And those are just the ones I've heard of. Might even be triple digits. My God, that's bad. I don't know if I can count that high. I only have 18 toe pads. Math wasn't my strong suit. I didn't think you had any strong suits. I mean, that suit you're wearing is pretty bad. So you're telling me that for the past few months, countless cats have been appearing in town through giant holes in the roof, only for the underworld gangs to show up and snatch them in their collars? More or less. I can keep saying it's a bad scene, yeah, I know. You're not wrong, though. Those poor cats, so noble, so adorable, so misunderstood. Are you talking about the missing cats or yourself? Remember, most of the missing cats were also very, very weird, which applies to you too, now that I think about it. Seems like my kitty case is just the tip of the iceberg. And not a penguin in sight to help. Well, thanks, Elmer. This will help my investigation a lot. I'm not entirely sure how yet, but I'm sure we'll come eventually. Oh well, that makes risking my life blabbing criminal secrets all worth it. If you might maybe sort of find it useful. Oh yeah, will you be okay? I mean, between that and the whole trying to snatch a collar from under Manny's nose, I imagine they might be mildly annoyed at you. Serves them right for not paying me what I'm worth. Besides, I've had a pineapple regret. Which means doing things I'm going to regret. Don't worry about me, doll. My wool might get dirty, but I know a good dry cleaner. And I always make the best of a bad scene. That'll be all for now, Elmer. But don't go far. I might have other questions. Where else would I be but here, sugar?
Bug, it'll be a long walk with no wheels. I'll need to call for a ride back to the clock store.
Do. One moment, please. Ugh, what do you want? So, can I borrow your phone? I need to make a phone call. What, to a lawyer? First smart thing you've done. No, just need to get a lift. What, from your mommy? No, nothing maternal about it, no siree. Now just shove the booster seat daddy away and mind the slobber on the pacifier. The joys of being a mother. Thanks, Mom, I mean Deborah. I appreciate you giving me a lift again. Don't mention it. I figure these are all billable hours, so a few more of these rides should put at least 2 more kids through college. Wait, you're billing me for this? I thought you were just doing it because you like me. I do. I like you because I get to bill you. A lot. You know what? I'll take it. Because right now I need all the friends I can get. I need to ask you something. Something very important. Anytime. Do you mind if I give myself a tongue bath back here? I'm in desperate need of one. Oh, sniff, sniff. Yes, you are. Go right ahead. The back seat's already covered in drool from the kids anyway.
Fantastic. Now to see if I've got enough room to start licking my own crotch.
Alright, we are back at the clock store. Ow. I still do not know how I feel about this game. There's not a lot of game to it. Ow. Oh, hang on, you slapped yourself, that's fine. Oh dear. And then I got punched. Mods. I'm gonna head to Betty's office. See if she's got anything for us. I'm busy right now, Albert. And by busy, I mean faking being busy so you'll go away. Okay, they don't have anything for us. Oh, I guess we haven't gone to see Mrs. G yet.
You might be wondering why I'm bothering with this dull as dishwater domestic dispute, particularly at a time when there's dead cats, implosions, criminal conspiracies, and teleporting callers that defy the laws of physics. And to you, I say, first off, who are you? What the hell are you doing in my car? Get out. But secondly, a cat's gotta eat often and on demand with some nice clean water that a cat'll then refuse because they saw a tiny hair floating on top. Anyway, eating requires money.
I feel like the person who made this game had an issue with cats, animals in general, and the police force.
It's a whole thing. And thanks to the beasts in blue, it sounds like this big cat case isn't exactly going to result in anything fungible. I don't even like fungi. So for the sake of my stomach, I'm willing to swallow my pride, along with whatever food I can buy with my payment for figuring out this husband's midlife crisis. How hard can it be? He's only been holing up in his room for a month. I'm sure whatever caused that has to be super duper minor.
Ah, Mr. Wild, thank you so much for coming. Please come in. Why, thank you, Mom. You're very kind. And by kind, I mean generous. And by generous, I mean financially generous, but you know, nice and friendly too. And what a charming apartment you have. The apartment of a sweet, generous lady who hopefully likes being praised and responds, you know, generously. Ah, you flatter me, detective. Keep at it. Oh yes, great apartment. Love it all. The couch, the tables, the rug, the windows, the hole in the roof, the incredibly large hole in the middle of the living room. Oh, that is nothing at all. Just some construction we have on the go. We're making a skylight.
A skylight that looks a little bit too much like another skylight at a certain crime scene. Either there's a crazed contractor on the loose installing giant hole skylights all over the city, or...
Would you like some tea or coffee? Feel free to ask me anything. Or knock on my husband's door if you want to see what I'm dealing with. Okay, I think this is where we came in, right? Yeah. Let's knock on the door first. Go away. Mr. G, my name's Albert Wild. I'm a detective. Your wife hired me to... I knew it. I knew you were working with her. You're one of a little gang of murderous cultists, aren't you? No, that's not what a detective is. Either that or I mixed up the flyers at the employment center. I don't believe you. I won't trust anyone working with her. She can't be trusted. I know her secret. What secret? I'm not talking while she's there. She's listening. I'm not saying a darn thing with her in the apartment. Well, that's going to make my job difficult, seeing as I'm here to find out why you locked yourself in your room. I ain't here to make your job easy. If you're doing a job for her, then I'll make your job as hard as I can. He seems nice. Why are you hiding in your room? How come you've locked yourself away in your bedroom? To protect myself from her. That she-wolf. Why? What did she do? Ah, she's right there listening, isn't she? Well, you're going to tell her everything I say. You really think I'm going to tell you anything? I mean, that would be helpful. Look, I'm just here to get to the bottom of why you're acting this way. I'll just bet you are, so my wife can find out. And once I tell you, I'm dead meat. Mutton. Murder. That doesn't exactly sound like a reasonable response. Then how about this as a reasonable response? I ain't saying a thing while she's here to hear it. Alright, good talk. I'll leave you to it then, whatever you're doing in there. What can I do for you, detective? Tell me more about this skylight you're building in your wall. Oh, well, you know, when inspiration strikes. Can't say I do know. My inspiration is usually on strike. Haha, you're a very funny cat. But yes, I just think one day I want a big skylight. Big enough for sun, big enough for blue sky, big enough for large body to fit through. Odd request for a feature, but I'm not an interior designer, so what do I know? How long have you been working on this skylight? Oh, I'd say maybe month and a bit. You know how things go with contractors and things. Didn't you say your husband's been hiding in his bedroom for a month? Maybe he just wanted to be out of the way during construction. Or maybe he didn't like the draft. It is not that, detective. The whole skylight was there for at least a little time before my husband went to his room. Something else has happened and I need you to learn what. Let's talk about before your husband hid in his room. How were things up to then? Things were good. Not sure what things you mean. I mean... Before he locked himself up, was your husband having any trouble? Any, I don't know, depression, paranoia, money troubles, enemies? Really good book he wanted to finish? No, not really. He's just an office worker. Cheerful guy, very carefree, maybe a little too carefree. What do you mean by that? I mean that carefree only goes so far in terms of doing chores and housework. Apparently that counts as care. But no, none of the things you mentioned happened. He was his old happy self when I left, and when I came back, he was Herbert. I was so upset. At least the one bright side of all this, with him in his room, it's a lot easier to keep the apartment clean. But oh, the mess the bedroom must be in by now. You've got to help me bring my dear husband out, so I can give the room a proper scrub. Tell me what you can about the day Mr. G holed up in his room. Don't leave anything out. Alright, well, first thing in the morning, I went into the bathroom and started, pooping. Okay, maybe leave some things out. Skip to when you last saw him out of the room, what happened? Well, I was getting ready to go out. I had season tickets to the local ballet. I never miss a single performance unless I'm on fire and being flayed by knives. Mr. G, though, he wouldn't attend a single performance unless he was on fire and being flayed by knives. So he decided to go out with his friends. Truly a healthy modern marriage in action. Did he seem at all odd, or no, he was his usual sweet self, gave me a kiss on the cheek, told me to have a good time at the ballet, and my God, did I. It was absolutely amazing. The lead swan was outstanding, so light on her webbed feet, and there was this one particularly handsome flamingo who... maybe we should focus on your husband? Oh, right. When I got back, he was not home yet, but I didn't think anything of it. I went out for a walk, and by the time I got back, he was in our room. But when I went to go to sleep myself, the door was locked, and he held it shut and screamed at me to go away and that he didn't trust me. At first, I thought he was joking, then I thought he just had a bad headache, but by the next day, I realised he wasn't coming out or letting me in. And it's been like that since, huh? You got no idea what triggered this sudden behaviour in him? Do you think I would be so desperate as to hire you if I knew anything? I imagine you being able to talk with your husband through the bedroom door. Has he explained anything or said anything unusual? Besides the fact I'm apparently a demon dog, then I'm not going to gobble him up? Ah, so a regular quarrel between spouses then. Are you single? Because I'm beginning to see why. Just pure bad luck and nothing else, clearly. So it's not just the hiding that's weird, but the way he suddenly turned on you? Yes, he used to think I was the bestest of girls. He even used to call me his beloved ballerina. But now he either stays quiet or he yells at me to go away to leave him alone. But he knows I'm out to get him. Get him? How? Oh, horrible things like I will kill him or kidnap him or tie him up in the way he doesn't like, as opposed to the way he does like? My, won't you try the cake I made? It's a lemon poppy seed. So I had a chat with your husband and he made it clear he's not talking while you're around. Ah dear, my poor Mr. G. I guess he's not going to talk about what is bothering him. So maybe it might be an idea for you to just step outside for a bit while I try and talk him around, get to the bottom of what's up. Oh, I can't do that. What kind of wife would I be if I wasn't here the moment my dear wayward hubby came out of the hiding? The kind of wife who didn't make that sound vaguely ominous, maybe? 9, I do not leave this apartment unless it is absolutely vitally important. Like going to the ballet, for example. You left the apartment to come see me. Am I vitally important then? Ah, no, I had 2 other vitally important things to do and I fit you in between them. Groceries in the first salon, you see? Have to do those. But now I've got food in the house, my fur is all damn nice, and I'm not leaving for anything short of the best ballet outing I've ever had. I'd like to know more about the interesting lady behind the wallet. I mean, behind the case. Tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Anything really. How do you spend your days? Oh, nothing exciting. I bake, I clean, I go out with a very special group of friends. I keep busy so I do not face existential dread over never getting to do what I really wanted in life. Usual things. Relatable. I wanted to be a professional bed tester, but I fell asleep too quickly to give any useful feedback. Still haunts me whenever I have to actually, get out of bed. And if I'd made it, I'd never have to leave my bed again. I wanted to be a ballerina so bad. When I was a child, I made myself a dress out of swan feathers so I could pretend to dance to Swan Lake. Oh, how come you didn't pursue it? Because the swan I plucked the feathers from was, how you say, pissed off and sued for emotional damages and treatments for baldness. By the time my parents settled out of court, they couldn't afford ballet lessons for me. Even now, I cannot afford it. Sorry to hear that. It's fine, my friends say we will afford soon. Then I have all the lessons I want. Sounds like you have some nice but weirdly ominous sounding friends. Mrs. G. Oh, Mrs. G. I'm curious, what does the G stand for? Gesundheit. I didn't sneeze. No, that is my husband's actual last name. Mr. and Mrs. Gesundheit. I said I didn't sneeze. Oh, I see what you mean. Your last name is Gesundheit? I didn't sneeze. And actually, Gesundheit is short for the full name, which is Gesunde Flammenwaffenholdheit. Bless you. Yeah, you see, then it's better for us to shorten it and use Gesundheit. I didn't sneeze. And now you see why we just go by Mr. and Mrs. G. Never mind your life story, and now let's get back to your husband for a minute. Do we have to? Sigh, I was enjoying talking about my favourite subject. Myself. You mentioned ballet a few times. Are you a fan? Mein Gott. Yes, I love ballet so much. I've watched Swan Lake 900 times. I went... Yes, I'm a bit of a fan, I suppose. I love going to see the local ballet company every week. Watching the graceful dances make me feel graceful too, yeah? What I'd really love is to be that graceful, you know? I want to dance like that. Why don't you learn how? Take some lessons. Have you seen the prices of ballet lessons? I can't afford that. You might be able to if you didn't spend your money on going to see the ballet every week. Never. I would never go up seeing my ballet. But oh, I'd love the chance to take the ballet lessons. If only I knew a dance instructor who could cut me a deal. Well, we happen to know one, but I feel we have to go through this before we can make that logical step. Dance instructor, huh? Yeah, if only if only you knew one. Thanks, Mrs. G. That should be enough for my investigation for the moment. If you say so. Although you do not seem any closer to solving the issue. You'd be surprised. All right, let's head back to the bar. See if old Flamingo Joe is still here. I thought a dancer like you would be dancing on the tabletops. Doing some high kicks, you know? Oh, I'd love to. But the barkeeps always kick out any drunken dancers. Apparently there was some cat who caused quite the property damage last time they tried it. Okay, I can't speak to you yet about... Oh, hang on. We know another dance instructor, don't we?
If I had a nickel for every time knowing Lily saved my furry...
They're the professional dancer, not the dance instructor.
I'd have 2 nickels, which is frankly more money than I've had in years.
I know how you feel, buddy.
I'm fairly certain that Joe will have my fur if he catches me skulking around his wife's window. But what other choice do I have? Ask Mrs. G politely to step out of the apartment, wait until she has another appointment, come up with some other excuse. You know, now that I say them aloud, those all sound like they'd have been good ideas. Oh well, Lily's lessons it is.
Lily, it's me. Open up and let me in. So, you frustrating feline, what brings you to my window again? Do I need a reason to see your gorgeousness in the flesh, my sweet? Considering how Joe would react, yes, I think you do need a reason. Or at least you wouldn't be here without a reason. Ah, am I that transparent? It's one of the few things I find cute about you, actually. Anyway, why are you really here? You need more dance classes? Actually, I need dance classes with someone else. Ballet lessons, more specifically. Ballet for someone who's the lucky lady. Potentially a suspect who I need to get out of the way, non-lethally, I mean. Anyway, can you give ballet lessons? I figure you can. I mean, it's not like ballet is any different from any other kind of dancing, right? It is, in fact, very different, but you're in luck because I do teach ballet lessons. As you would know if you remembered what I said about my lessons earlier. Oh, that was like at least 10 scenes ago, wasn't it? I can't remember what happened 10 seconds ago. Anyway, yes, I can give this friend of yours lessons. I've even got a professional ballerina and free lessons package if they're interested. Great. Do you have a coupon? Yes. Why do you ask? Could I get the coupon? Just that I think this lady really needs the discount. So you're saying you want me to give this friend of your ballet lessons at less than my usual rate, ensuring I lose money and time in the process? Yes. You're lucky you're so adorable. Alright, here's the info on the classes. Here's the coupon for your friend. And we're down the bottom of the ladder. Okay. Ah, detective. Have you found any leads on what is troubling my dear husband? Let me know if I can help. What can I do for you, detective? Hey, if you're interested in ballet, I happen to know a great dance instructor who's got a good deal on right now. Oh, let me see. Mein Gott. Become a professional ballerina and free easy lessons. Buy 2, get 1 free. This is everything I've ever wanted. This coupon, it is for me? Thank you, Mr. Wild. I'm sorry I had all those incredibly insulting thoughts about you. Oh, I'm used to it. Better get going, though. Class will be starting in an hour or 2. Ah, yes, but my husband. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him. Or on his door, I guess. All part of the investigation, you know. If you say so. Right now, I'm more interested in important things, like my new ballet career. Look out, Swans, a new prima ballerina is on the prowl.
Phew. She's gone. Maybe now the husband will give me some better answers. Or any answers.
Go away. Leave me alone. I'm not talking while that she-wolf is listening in. Good news, your wife mysteriously used some discounted ballet lessons. She's left for class. It's just you and me. Yeah, right. Why should I trust that? Look out your window if you don't believe me. She should be getting into a car right now. Huh? So she is. Well, that's good. I was scared having her around still. Scared? Why? What did she do? Hang on, just because she's at the house doesn't mean you're not also out to get me. Give me one good reason to trust you. Come on, how can you resist? You can see these adorable furry cheeks. These big adorable eyes? No, I don't. There's a door in the way. Ah, yeah, that'll explain why my charms aren't working. I don't think that's a door thing. Besides, it's not just my wife. She's just part of something bigger, I tell you. It's a conspiracy. A conspiracy? Ugh, but why am I bothering? You're not going to believe me. No one's going to believe me. Nothing about this situation would ever happen to anyone else. You'd be surprised. You know how you said this was all part of a conspiracy? Well, you might be right. Turns out there have been tons of these holes appearing all over town. I told you. What'd I tell you? But maybe you already knew about that if you're part of the conspiracy. Sir, people don't trust me with their lunch money. I don't think anyone would trust me with a large spanning criminal underworld conspiracy. That kind of makes sense. Wait, did you mention criminal underworld? Yeah, that'd be the conspiracy part. My source says that the various gangs in the city have been trying to chase down these holes and look for something. Or someone that appeared along with them. Some of them have been trying to beat each other to the punch or pay off others to go in and steal what they're looking for. It's a bad scene, as my source would say. Wait, what did you just say? Oh, the gangs are trying to be first to find... No, the other thing. What your source said. Oh, she said it was a bad scene. Frankly, I feel like it's a bad pun, but you know. All right, I'll trust you. I'm coming out. Phew, I thought you'd never come out. Now let's get a look at you. What's wrong? Is my wool messy? Sorry, I haven't had a shower in a month, so... No, you just look a lot like someone I know. Uncannily, even. Like someone used the same model of sheep twice. Oh, well, I'm sure that's just coincidence. There's no other reason this someone would reuse the same model, after all. Weren't you just complaining that I was treating the holes like a coincidence, ignoring the larger conspiracy? Now you're trying to say this is coincidence? Of course. Because it's completely different. It's not like this is something where special attention is being called to it or anything. But you are calling special attention to it. Anyway, now you see what I'm talking about. This is all part of the cult machinations. And the criminal underworld is its grasping paw. Hang on, back up a minute. Before we start unpacking that, airport's worth of baggage, what does any of this have to do with your wife and why you were hiding from her? Weren't you listening? She's a member of the cult. And she's taking part in whatever foul kidnappings they've got going on. Maybe even murder. And you know this how? Do you want me to start with reading it in her journal or start with hearing it from her victim's own lips? Did you just... Oh, no, you're here. I was like, did you just disappear? It's a relief to have someone to tell about all this. What do you need to know? Let's pace ourselves a bit. Start at the beginning. What happened the day you started hiding in your room? Well, it all started when Wilma headed off for her ballet recital. I'd rather be shaved by a blind yak than watch that stuff, so I decided to go out on the town. Before I could do that, let me guess, suddenly a hole appeared in the wall with a loud bang. Actually, no, the hole had been there for a week already. She said it was for Scarlet she was putting in. I was drinking some water and accidentally spilled some. Normally, I'd just wait for her to get home to clean it up, but after I kept slipping on the puddle while I got ready, I finally decided to mop it up myself. Then it took me an hour to find the closet with the cleaning supplies because, you know, not like I ever use them. When I opened it, I saw... What? Cleaning supplies? Well, yes, but I also saw him, her victim. What victim? What makes you say victim? What else do you call something or someone who's been kidnapped, tied up, and stuck in a closet? Wait, back up. You're saying you found someone tied up in one of your closets? Yeah, that's what I just said. Pay attention. But not just someone, a strange, freakish creature like nothing I'd never seen before. Hey, I represent that remark? Huh? I mean, it was a weird, small, four-legged cat, right? What? No, nothing like that. What part I've never seen before didn't make sense to you? God, I'm amazed my wife hired you. Okay, so what was it, if not a cat? He was pink, I guess. No fur at all, except on his head and chin. Stood on two legs, but a lot taller than me. Had the weirdest face I'd ever seen. Yes, I'm the title holder, no longer. So you found a creature tied up in your bedroom closet. How do you know your wife was the one who tied them up? Because he told me when I took the gag off. Wait, he was gagged and he could speak? That's usually why you gag someone, yes? He begged me to help him, said he'd been trapped in there for at least a few days. Let me guess, around the time the hole appeared. Did he say how he got there? Well, yes and no. He said he appeared in the apartment somehow. Which didn't make any sense, and when I asked him to explain, his explanation made less sense. When I asked him how he got in the closet, he was very clear there it was my wife. My perfidious partner, my suspicious squeeze, my Mr. G focus, how did she manage to overpower him? He said that when he first appeared, my wife was in the apartment. Apparently she reassured him, explained some things, made him some tea to calm him down. But the tea tasted strange and he fell asleep only to wake up in the closet, gagged and bound. I knew her tea was bad, but I had no idea it was that bad. You said that you were able to tell your wife was an evil kidnapper cultist from her journal? Well, sort of. It's also a day planner, you see. And her to-do list, she also calls it her manifestation diary. I get the picture. So wait, you read this thing and somehow between a grocery list, 5-year plan and dream diary, you got mad hostage taking cultists out of it? I mean, it wasn't difficult. She put down cultist meeting in her day planner. Ha! Not the smartest cultist I've ever heard of. You sure she didn't write client meeting in really bad handwriting? No, that ends up looking like diet meeting. Let me tell you, the day I asked how the diet meetings were going was not a good day for me. What else did this creature say to you other than, help me, get me out of here? I mean, there was a lot of that, a lot. And of course, that was when he told me about what my wife did. But everything else he said was weird. Right, you said something earlier about his explanation of appearing was weird and made no sense. What did he actually say? Honestly, I didn't understand a word of it. Something about orbity, blorbity electrons and moron particles and spinning quintet numbers. That sounds less like an explanation and more like me when I'm drunk. Did this creature have a name? He did. What was it again? Humdinger? Shoedinger? Let me think. Oh, Schrodinger. That's it. Heck of a name. I feel for the guy. My last name's Gesundheit. I didn't sneeze. See what I mean? Anyway, poor guy seemed kind of freaked out. Though more about the closet thing than anything else, weirdly enough. Ah, yes, because everything else seems so run-of-the-mill. Did he say anything else strange? Well, now that you mention it, he did keep asking about his cats. Creature in your closet, claiming your wife drugged him and tied him up. I imagine you had some reaction to that. Well, my first reaction was to try and find something to drink. Oh, that was kind. Water for the prisoner? No, whiskey for me. Then while I was chugging, he started begging me to keep something safe for him to make sure my wife didn't get it. Between that, how big he was and how weak he was after being trapped in there, I figured I needed help, so I went to my neighbour to ask for help. And did they? Well, see, that's the thing. When we got back, the poor thing was gone. Just vanished out of the closet entirely. No trace of him. Could he just have escaped after you untied him and left the apartment by himself? You did untie him, right? I knew I forgot something. Sorry, so if he's still tied up, then someone must have moved him. Either your wife or someone else. Either way, my wife had something to do with it. After we found the closet empty, I read a journal and, well, yeah, that was when I locked myself in. So you didn't suspect your wife of being a cultist or kidnapper before any of this? Nope, only suspected her of having bad taste in entertainment. I mean, ballet, really? All froofy jumping and pointy hooves? So you're saying that, the giant hole that appeared in your living room didn't maybe clue you in that something was up? I figured she was just on one of her redecorating kicks again. Trust me, busting a giant hole in the wall is not the weirdest thing she's ever done. Okay, so you didn't suspect her. But wouldn't she suspect you for being onto her? I mean, if she was holding this guy hostage, surely it would have occurred to her that the reason you're freaked out and hid from her was because you found him. I don't think you realise how rarely I do any cleaning. I think that was the first time I'd ever opened the broom cupboard. She probably figured a secret safe in there forever. Well, hopefully this has inspired you to do more cleaning around the house. Ew, no, I just live in filth, thanks. The creature managed to keep you something safe from your wife? Yes, he seemed really agitated about it, so I took it with me when I went to go find help. And where is it now? I left it with E, my neighbour. I trust them and they seem like they knew how to keep it safe. Who would this neighbour be and where can I find them? I said I trust them. Doesn't mean I trust you. Wait, wasn't the whole song and dance about getting you out of the bedroom about whether you could trust me and... Anyway, I'm sure it's still safe and sound with them. I haven't talked to them since I started hunting my new, but they're good about this sort of thing. Still don't know what the big song and dance is about though. You'd think that guy would have made more things to worry about than some old collar. Wait, collar? The creature had a collar on him? Sure did. Talked about it all the time but couldn't make head or tail of what he was saying. Mentioned something about looking for some other collars too. Can I take a look at your wife's journal? I'd like to see what was so suspicious in there. Plus there might be a hint as to where she took this guy. Over there, steel your mind for the horrors and evil within. You haven't seen my journal. Rust me, my mind is very... I think it probably meant trust me. It's very, very steeled. Hold that thought. I need to check something. I've been stuck in one place for a month. I think I can handle 5 minutes. Alright, where is this journal? You can thrust him if you want. My diary, please keep out. That means you, Ed.
Let's see what's in here.
Today's schedule, 7 a.m. get up and make breakfast. 8 a.m. clean Ed's mess. Noon, finish cleaning Ed's mess in time for lunch. Grocery shopping for appointment.
Say, this isn't sounding particularly incriminating about her being a cultist.
Pick up dry cleaning. Pick up Jay for cult meeting. Cult meeting. Make dinner.
See, nothing at all out of the ordinary. Oh, right.
Shopping list: eggs, bread, milk, grass for Ed. Ethically sourced meat for me. Unethically sourced meat as a treat. Tea, sugar, sleeping powder, odorless, tasteless. Rope, blindfold, gag. Keep for later fun with Ed. Cleaning detergent, incense, knife, new cloak, black. Sandwiches for tomorrow's cult meeting. Reminder: Jay dislikes mustard and M hates mayo. Cupcakes for tomorrow's cult meeting.
Wow. This is some dark, evil stuff. I mean, she went and got store-bought cupcakes for her secret cult meeting instead of home-baked. That woman's a monster.
My personal goals and manifestations.
Wow. She even used glitter pens on that last word.
Did she? Finding happiness in my comfortable home. Is this the lady a wolf and the guy a sheep? Yes. Tell Ed to clean his own mess for once. Earn enough money to afford ballet lessons. Twist the laws of reality and morality to serve the members of our cult of greatness and to enrich us with wealth and power beyond our wildest dreams. Spend more time in the great outdoors. Take up knitting. Dear Diary, exciting day today. I was cleaning up yet another one of Ed's messes when, wouldn't you know it, some strange guy suddenly appeared out of a hole in my living room. I know, I can't believe it either. Aren't I the luckiest? He said he was looking for some cats and their collars. Apparently they have some sort of power. Naturally, I did what any smart lady does in such a situation, drugged him, tied him up and stuck him in my closet. I'm a genius. After all, he might be exactly what our cozy little cult has been waiting for all these years. The ticket to everything we've dreamed of. We'll tell the other members at the ritual tomorrow, since I'm already bringing potato salad. May need to ask Jay to help me move him. Luckily, no one will ever find him. It'll be a cold day in hell when Ed actually opens the broom cupboard. Dear Diary, what a day. I'm so excited. After so long, I finally got to see the latest production of Swan Lake. Hooray! It was absolutely indescribable, just like the other 20 versions I saw. I've already bought tickets to the next one. I've heard it might involve a goat. I also took advantage of dear Ed being out at the house with his friends and finally got my house guest moved to the cult HQ. Phew, one less chore around the house. Everyone was really excited about our visitor and agreed we should keep him at the mansion. Phew, he was heavy to carry though. Thank goodness Jay came along to help. We got him to the cult meeting and had quite the lively interrogation. It was quite late when I got home and dear sweet Ed must have already gone to bed, innocent as a lamb. But the silly sheep left the door locked. Oh dear. A little bit confused by the timeline now, but it's fine.
She must have written it before I showed up.
Things I'm worried about. World hunger and poverty. The price of eggs. Whether the other cult members will like the pie I baked for tonight's meeting. Where the last 2 collars have gotten to. We have 3 of the 5, but the first one is still missing and M ended up losing the 5th. How are we supposed to achieve our goals without them? My poor sweet Ed. I wish I had the foggiest idea what's bothering him. I can't think of a single thing that could explain why he's suddenly so scared and defensive of me. But I'm massively overpaying for Detective Wilde's talents.
Getting a bargain, more like it. But wait, M lost the fifth. Could that be Mantis?
I mean, obviously.
Do I have the fifth caller? That's everything. Call me a crazy cat, but I'm beginning to think this lady might be a cultist. But hang on. Today's schedule, tomorrow's meeting. All of these entries are dated, meaning I can tell when these cult meetings are happening. Looks like they happen every week like clockwork. Using my deductive skills, I can work out the next one will be tonight. Or I could have guessed that from the entry from today that mentioned tonight's meeting. Sure, I guess.
It's I finished reading your wife's diary. It's a lot longer than the books I usually read. Not even any pictures. I thought the writing was subpar and... Never mind that, you idiot. What about the proof of her crimes? Did you see? Yeah, it is my professional and experienced opinion that your wife is totally a cultist. Yep. And how much is my wife paying you for these amazing leaps of insight and intellect? Never mind that. The journal mentions some sort of meeting she goes to regularly. Do you know where that might be? No clue. Okay, do you have any idea about this Jay character? Seems to be a culty friend of your wife. No idea. Do you actually know anything about your wife's personal life at all? Friends, pastimes, hobbies? First, no, why would I bother staying updated on all that? She's just my wife, after all. I'm beginning to think the two of you might just deserve each other. Alright, well, I've got to figure out how to crash a cult meeting. Now you're out of your room, you might want to get somewhere safe. Don't have to tell me twice. This whole thing is definitely what I would call a bad scene. Huh, you give me an idea. I never thought I'd say this, but I might actually have to go to talk to the cops. That sounds like a terrible idea.
So Mr. G's wife is involved with something sinister, and more callers are showing up. But that's not what's got me thinking. Two things are bugging me. One, I have a big itch on my back that I just can't reach. And two, Mr. G's a sheep, which would be fine if Elma wasn't a sheep as well. That's too many sheeps in one case just to be a coincidence. Something's not adding up. And since I suck at basic math, I'm gonna go talk to Betty. She at least could count above 10, I think.
Well, well, look who's back. I still can't help you, you know. Does that mean you can help me, you can't help me, or you can't not help me? It means I clearly have to pick a simpler code. One that your tiny brain can actually wrap around. Well, either way, I'm here for something you can help me with. Or can help me with, whatever. You've got records on everyone in the city in your file cabinets, right? I need to check up on someone relevant to the case. Oh, sure, I suppose. You're just lucky my files are organized. What's their last name? There's a sheep who may be related to this case, Alma Gautier. A female name? I'm amazed you met a woman who could tolerate you for more than 60 seconds. Hey, I've got plenty of female friends. Some of them even tolerate me for more than 90 seconds. Anyway, do you have a file on her? Let me check my drawers. And oh boy, I sure do have a file on her. I got a list of crimes here down to my hoof. Like what? Stealing, kidnapping, murder. More like 20 cases of is a femme fatale in a noir drama, so it's clearly guilty of something or other. Well, that and the petty theft, fencing stolen goods, blackmail, solicitation, and taking candy from a baby? The witch. She's got a diverse portfolio of skills, that's all. Don't suppose she has any relatives, does she? Say, I don't know, a brother? It says unknown as Gautier. What does that mean, as Gautier? As compared to what? A Yorkshire Terrier named Steve? I mean, you're not totally wrong. Wait, I'm not? Man, Alma, sorry, Steve pulled a fast one on me? I didn't even notice the wagging tail. No, I meant more that she's gone by another name before Gautier, according to this. Looks like the first one we have on file for her is a petition for a legal name change. Gautier is what she changed it to. What? Why? Apparently the legal reason she wrote in the form was, My original family name is bad. How bad? Apparently her original family name was Gesundheit. I love how they're spoon-feeding these obvious things to us. Wait, Gesundheit? That's the same last name as the other sheep I've been talking to. It must be related or something. If this is one of your all-sheep look-alike things, Al, I swear to salt licks. No, I think I'm onto something. Look up Gesundheit. I didn't sneeze. Ah, yes, I know. That's just the last name. And we've already done that gag to death. Look up files of any male sheep with the name Gesundheit. Or, I guess, Gesundheit. I think that's enough to work off about. Frankly, it's much more than you to give me to go off of. Ah, here we go. A Mr. Gesundheit in the system for a parking violation. Was blocking a zebra crossing. Poor zebras. Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely him. Oh, my client. Well, more like husband of my client. Long story. What does his file say? Let's see. Works in an office. Occasional arrests for public drunkenness, but who doesn't have those in this town? Family connection. Says he's married to a wolf. Mrs. Gesundheit? Yeah, that would be my client or my suspect. It's a bit complicated. Any other family members? Well, looks like his parents are deceased. Only living relative is a half-sister. Gesundheit. Gesundheit. Alma Gesundheit. I knew it. My God, we still hadn't made that connection? Fucking hell. I knew they were connected somehow. Mr. G's half-sister. Gesundheit. It's Alma. Alma and Mr. G are siblings. Wait, you mean your stupid insistence every animal knows every other animal of the same species actually paid off for once? What can I say? I'm a genius. It's part of being such a master detective. Okay, master detective. So what are the implications of these two being related? Well, obviously clearly they, I don't know actually. This is my surprised face. But you know who would know? One of the siblings in question. I need to go talk to them and find out what's up. I suppose that's fair. At least you're doing something that could be vaguely mistaken for detective work if you squinted it, which is more than the police department is doing. Hey, you helped tons. Or you didn't help? Because you're not supposed to, you're really totally unhelped. That's, you know what? Whatever. I'll take the compliment. Go see these two new witnesses and see what they say. Who knows? It might even have something to do with this case as opposed to weird serendipity. Hang on, before I go, there's one more name that's popped up. Mind looking up Schrodinger in your files? Hang on, I think I know that name. Let me check our records. I wonder if this whole thing was based on some kind of Schrodinger's cat pun that someone had when they were drunk. Yeah, he's a physics professor at the local university, apparently. Talks a lot about things like, well, things my underpaid police hind doesn't understand. Entanglement, wave mechanics. And let me guess, he's been missing for the past, say, month or so? No, he's been out of town attending some sort of bigwig seminar about physics. Likely story. Probably just a cover for him being missing while he was actually trapped in a wolf's closet with a gag in his mouth. Interesting theory, but considering the newspapers have had pictures of him for weeks, with headlines like local university professor amazes international community with lecture, that'd be pretty hard to explain. Which of course you would have known if you ever read the newspaper. But I just glance over it for the classifieds and the comics. This does seem like a drunk idea. These are the only important bits anyway. But still, that's strange. If Schrodinger's been out of town with an airtight alibi, who's the guy in the closet claiming to be Schrodinger? Beats me, maybe ask him. That's going to be a bit of a toughie. But maybe our secret siblings might be able to shed more light on the situation. She's gone. Oh, you again? Where is everyone? Where's Elmer? And Francis and Rudy and... Look at, this might come as a surprise, but unlike you, other people have real jobs they gotta do. Or, you know, social lives that don't revolve around a bar. Or, well, they gotta sleep. So I'm guessing that's something you spend a lot of time doing instead of, you know, actual work. Oh, absolutely. I was regional champion of the catnap competition back in... Wait, never mind that. I need to talk to Elmer. Well, she ain't here. But I need her to be here. For plot reasons. That's great, but that doesn't make her any less not here. Huh, I don't follow. Have you been talking to Betty? Look, if you've really got to talk to Miss Badsinger, you can check back later. In the meantime, either buy a drink or clear off. Mr. G. Oh, hey, look, I know this looks bad, but I can explain. What are you doing at the bar? I thought you were in hiding. You know, the whole locked in your room for a month thing. Yeah, and you know how hard it is to get good booze when you're locked in your bedroom? I figured now that it's safe to come out, I deserve to drink. Or 2 or 10. Pick. Making up for lost time, huh? I don't blame you for wanting a drink. It sure has been a bad scene lately. Yeah, it sure has been. Mind you, it's been a bad scene for a lot of different animals, hasn't it? Cats, flamingos, sheep. Yeah, sure has been bad. See, I knew you understood that because as soon as I talked about how much had been going on, you opened the door and talked to me. More specifically, as soon as you heard me talk about how it had been a bad scene for everyone. It was like my words alone made you realise that I talked to all these animals in the bad scene. Or maybe just one particular animal in the bad scene. Do I have to keep saying bad scene for you two? Enough, I get it. You've made your point. Yes, I did recognise who you heard that from. So yes, Alma's my half-sister. Same ram, different ewes. We're not super close, but we have each other's backs when we're in trouble. Like, 1 month ago. When I reached out to her for help. So what happened? I assumed she was the friend you mentioned who helped you before. Yeah, after I found the creature in the cleaning cupboard, I knew I needed help to get him out of there. And it had to be someone I could trust completely. I called her and arranged to meet her here that night. Explained who I found, what he told me about my wife, everything. She agreed to take the guy back to her place and hide him where it was safe. But by the time you two got back to your place, the hostage was gone. Exactly. At first she accused me of setting up a stupid prank, but she tore the hole on my wife's diary. That's when she told me to barricade myself in my room. She'd take care of everything else and come and get me when everything was safe. Which she didn't. Meaning she's either the world's worst sister or things weren't safe. Or maybe even both. Alma sure seemed to know something about these weird appearances and things. Did she already know what was up when you reached out? Nah, she'd never heard of any of this before. She didn't believe me at first, what with all the talk about collars and weird holes. Well, some animals have certain tastes. No, I mean the guy's collar and the big hole in the ceiling. Oh, you tomcats. So she'd never heard of anything like this before and knew less than you did? Well, certainly started that way. I got the sense that she might have found out a little more later on, though. So you saw her a month ago when you tried to help the kidnapped creature. What about after that? Well, I wasn't exactly being that social considering I was locked in my room the whole time. I mean, you could always have tried smoke signals or something. No, but I did manage to sneak out the room once to call her while my wife was out. I think she might be able to spring me free, but she was in a hurry. All she managed to ask was whether any more collars had turned up. Said they might be worth more than we thought. This was gifted, yeah. That certainly sounds familiar. I assume you hadn't? Like I said, locked in my room. She said that for now, that might be the safest place for me. Apparently, it was a bad scene out there. So was the whole bad scene a code between you and Alma that could be trusted or something? Piff, no, nothing like that. That's just how Alma talks about her little side gigs, if you catch my drift. I'm physically incapable of catching drifts, but I can at least smile and nod as if I understand. No, I think this was from Trunks, actually. That's enough for me. I figured when you said it, you'd at least talk to Alma, and if she told you what was up, there was probably enough reason to come out and talk to you. So it proved that she trusted me and you could too. Trust is a strong word. Let's go with considered you vaguely useful enough to actually loop you in on some info. Hey, I'll take it. Is there anything else you can think of about her involvement with the case? Anything she told you before or after? Anything you told her? Moti just told me to keep myself safe and to keep the collar safe and turned. Wait a minute. Back up. A little further just to the left there. She's got the closet guy's collar? Yeah, he was adamant that it was important and needed to be kept safe, so I brought it with me when I went to ask for her help. After he vanished, I gave it to her for safekeeping. I didn't want my wife to find it after all. Well, I've got good news and bad news. Good news is your wife probably won't find it. Bad news is that's because I'm pretty sure Alma sold it to some lowlives. Actually, I asked about that when she called and mentioned the collars were worth money. I answered she already sold the one she had, but she said she wanted enough dough so we could both skip town together in style. And apparently whoever was buying these collars would pay way more if she could offer a full set of them. So you're saying she still has the first collar? Oh boy. It's all coming together in my head in a pretty jumbled mess that I can't make head or tail of. I think I'm going to have to talk to your sister. Do you know where she is? I mean, if she's not here at the bar, she'd be at her apartment this time of day. Can you give me the address? I never managed to charm her into inviting me back to her place. How utterly unsurprising. Still, if she humoured you enough to throw you on a little collar-con, I suppose I can humour you with her address. Go tell her I'm out, will you? Okay.
I should have known. Should have known the minute that dame started looking sheepish. Well, I mean, she always looks sheepish. She's a sheep.
God, again, talking about
But
being
she's wrapped
spoon-fed.
up
God
in
damn.
this case tighter than my belt after Christmas dinner, which would be pretty tight if I wore a belt. I think it's time she gave me some real answers, ideally spelled out in small words, with a helpful diagram. Maybe with puppets. I do love puppets.
I really think they were trying to go for like a Naked Gun vibe with these driving in the car monologue segments, and it's falling about as flat as the new Naked Gun. All right, Alma, the wool's out of the washer. Time you give me some clear, clean, organized answers? Is now a bad time? It's always a bad time when you're involved, darling. It's almost adorable, to be honest. Alma, are you all right? Perfectly fine, sweetie. Though I wish I could say the same for my apartment. How am I supposed to predict aloof elegance like this? What happened? Not entirely sure. I was out in the town and found my place like this when I got back. Let me guess. Is this Mantis's calling card? Or is it one of his nefarious friends? My word, look at you saying things that are actually halfway intelligent and on point for once. Why, thank you. It's definitely skill and not a lucky guess. Just like it was skill and not luck that I ended up meeting your half-brother. Ah, right, that. Ma, you have been busy. How is Ed, by the way? Out of his room and at the bar, getting drunk. No thanks to his deadbeat sister, leaving him in there to rot while she makes off with all the valuables. That's not exactly what happened. I can explain. Oh, thank God. I figured all this info out, but have no idea what any of it means, so I need someone to tell me. That's the ally know and benevolently tolerate. Here, come talk to me while I get things cleaned up a bit. I mean, do you really have to make me move? Oh, hey, I recognize this type of cabinet. I've got one just like it in my office. Oh, really? How interesting. Yeah, I use the secret compartment to hide my booze. Do you want something to drink while I'm here? No, that's fine. I'm perfectly fine. No drinks, please. Or anything else in the cabinet. I mean, we should definitely open it up, but... Oh, okay, it's just... I wonder if that's where they're hiding the collar. I suppose you got questions for me. Could say that. Let's start at the basics. I'm good at them. Well, middling. I want you to tell me how you got tied into this. I heard Mr. G's version, but I want to hear yours, see if it lines up. Also, I could use a refresher. That was like 10 minutes ago. Fine, it started about a month ago. I was minding my beeswax when I get a call from Ed, my brother. He was frantic. He begged me to come round here and meet in private. When he got here, he explained that he found some guy tied up in the cleaning cupboard, that the guy had appeared through the hole in his roof, and that his wife had trapped him. Did you believe any of it? I mean, I kind of wouldn't put it past his wife. Real wolf in sheep's clothing, you know? But the rest seemed pretty far-fetched, especially when we got to his place and the closet was empty. I figured he was pulling the wool over my eyes. What convinced you he was telling the truth? Well, for starters, how terrified he was. My brother can't act to save his life. But mostly what convinced me was reading his wife's journal. It matched her handwriting and his story. That was when I freaked out and told Ed to lock himself in his room. I was worried his wife would do something bad and I wanted him to be safe. Why not ask him to come stay with you instead? Wouldn't it be much safer here? Have you met my brother and seen how he cleans? My apartment would look worse than it does now. Besides, his wife would have been way more suspicious if he left like that. Yeah, not like she was suspicious that her husband suddenly locked himself in his room for a month for no explanation. That's not suspicious at all. Look, I panicked, okay? At least he was safe when I found a way to get us both out of town. Speaking of safe, what about the collar? Did he give it to you for safekeeping? Yes, he did. He said that the guy in the closet said it was very important and that he begged Ed to keep it safe from his wife and a weird cult brunch group. Ed didn't know what was so important about it, but he felt he owed it to the guy, and I figured I'd humour him and help out by keeping it safe. Let me guess, you said yes because you knew the gangs were looking for them and paying big money. Wrong as usual. The gangs hadn't said a word about the collars. This was the first I'd ever seen or heard of them. I took the collar and hid it just for my brother's sake. It was only later that it became clear how valuable it was. So you told Mr. G to hold up in his room and took the collar with you. What happened next? I assume you had some sort of plan. I was going to arrange for both of us to get out of town. Between my sister-in-law and the kooky cult family, I figured Ed wasn't safe here, and neither was I. But holy cud, do you know how much bus tickets out of the city cost? I swear, the trolley companies are fleecing us blind. Tell me about it. I tried to go on a trip once, and a return ticket would have cost me both my kidneys. At least since you were going one way, it'd only be one each. Well, I let my kidneys where they are, thanks. Besides, that's just a crappy bus. A lady like me has to travel in style. Plus, you know, we need money to set ourselves up in wherever we move to. So we couldn't go anywhere until I scored some funds and an lounge singer's salary. You get why it took a while. Let me guess, that's where the collar came in. Sort of. Like I told you before, I started hearing chatter in the underbelly about the gangs looking for collars like the one I had. I put two and two together and realised they'd want mine too. And I did consider just selling it and getting clear. But then I realised they weren't just looking for one, but for as many as they could find. So you got greedy. Sorry, had an idea. Look, selling that collar would have gotten one of us as far as Dogbuttville, middle of Dogbutt. Like I said, highway robbery. But selling a set of collars could set us both up for life. So yeah, I held on to the one my brother gave me and I started looking for opportunities to grab a few more if I could. Figured I could collect a few and sell them all together for big bucks to the highest bidder. Except that Mantis put a little fly in your ointment. Darling, I don't use ointments. This is all natural glow. Should have known your wool was dirty, Alma. You lied to me. Firstly, that isn't the question. Secondly, when? All that stuff I told you about the gangs looking for collars was the honest truth. You didn't tell me that you had a brother. You didn't exactly ask about my family tree, sweetie. You were too busy being smug about pineapple regret.
Lord Site Zero and just redeemed Overwatch tank /DPS /support. Meow meow growl moo 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 bar bar other animal noises.
Besides, why would I mention it? It's not like I had any reason to think he was relevant to your investigation. You mean other than the fact he found a hole in his apartment like the one in my case, met someone with a collar like the one in my case? Okay, maybe there was some reason to think he might be relevant. My point is, you made it sound like you only heard vague rumors from your contacts. You never mentioned you actually found a collar and learned about what was going on. And my point is, my brother was trapped in his apartment by that wolf of a wife and a cult of kidnappers. I wasn't about to put him at risk by sharing more info than I had to, particularly not in the middle of a public bar. Meow meow, I'm a cow. Still, I'm not sure if I can trust you. Darn, I'll try to contain my disappointment. You didn't really answer the earlier question properly. Do you have any idea who broke in and did this? My non-existent money's on Mantis and his croc tears. They were the ones who caught me with that collar. I wouldn't be surprised if they suspected I might have another. Not to mention, you know, someone happened to start asking me questions while one of his goons was staking me out. No, I'd already got rid of him. Really? Who was that? They might be relevant to the case. Oh, you mean me. Oops. But are you sure it was Mantis's gang? Could have been one of the others. Or maybe even the cult that Mrs. G is part of? Other gangs might be possible. Gossip spreads on the seedy part of town. If they heard about me trying to steal from Mantis, maybe they thought I'd stolen from them too. As for the cult, maybe? I don't know much about it other than that diary. How would they know that I was involved or where I live? Right. It's not like your sister-in-law is part of the cult or anything. You know, every now and again you say something smart and I don't like it. Well, I may not know who's behind it, but I at least have a lead on finding the animal who actually broke in and tore up the place. You do? How? Whoever's here got sloppy and left a hat behind. It's definitely not one of my hats or Ed's or his wife's. So all I have to do is go through the other couple million animals in town and figure out whose hat it is. Easy, right? Interesting. Mind if I take a look at it? I might be able to identify it or find a way to track its owner. I really doubt that, but knock yourself out. It's over there in the middle of the mess. So what started the gangs all hunting for these collars anyway? Let me guess. You wanted cash, so told them about the one you found and convinced them they'd be valuable. Darling, you do well as a fiction writer. Not if this is anything to go by. Except for, you know, the whole being unable to spell and string sentences together thing. No, I didn't tell a soul about the collar. Trust me, they started talking about this collar's perfectly fine without my help. And when did that start? I'd say in about a week or so when I went to my brother's place. In other words, within a week of the cult removing the closet guy out of your brother's apartment. Think it's connected? I kind of hope not. I don't like the idea of the criminal organisation of this town working for a weird kidnapping cult. Anyway, they only said that the collars were incredibly valuable. I haven't got the foggiest why that would be. Oh, I've got my thoughts on why. But they did also say they were only expecting a limited number to show up. And that they would pay a premium to get every single one. So what about this cult your sister-in-law was hanging out with? Do you know anything about them? Not really. No more than my brother did, I suppose. But clearly they're up to no good. Who sticks a guy in a closet for weeks and takes him somewhere else? Well, there was this one time in school when one of the class clowns locked me in a closet for a week. I don't believe it. What? That I was stuck there for a week? No, that you went to school. I totally did, and this guy locked me in the closet. Well, okay, he didn't lock anything. I just didn't know how to open doors, so I sat there for a week. See, that I do believe. But as for this cult, any clue as to where they might have taken that guy in the closet? Which part of I don't know anything didn't make sense to you? Probably wherever they're holding their meetings. Wherever that might be. Aha, so I can find their hideout, then I can solve the mystery. Somehow, I guess. I don't know, as good an idea as any other I've had. That's not a ringing endorsement. Probably didn't look for a handle. So you've had one of the collars with you for a while. What do you know about them? Next to nothing, really. Apparently the guy in the closet explained it to Ed, but Ed didn't understand a word of it, and neither did I when he tried to remember it. Apparently they're soaked in, what was it? Precipitation? Particle pools? Ah, particles. That's it. Some kind of particles. But really, it just looked like a really boring, ordinary collar. So you never figured out the little trick it can do. What little trick? Oh, nothing. Just something that would have probably helped with your money and transportation woes. What? Anyway, I take it the gangs weren't forthcoming either about why they wanted these things. No, only that there were a certain number and they were looking to collect every single one. That's why I figured I should get as many as I could, get a better price. Ironic, and I've got no collars at all. First, that's not what irony is. Second, actually, yes I do. Wait, what? Wait, back up. Did you say you still have the collar? Of course, I'm not a lost little lamb, darling. I made sure to hide it where nobody else would ever find it. It's in the liquor cabinet. Where? You're not really understanding the point of a hiding spot, are you? It's to make sure nobody finds what's there. Telling you would defeat the purpose. Well, I'm a nobody, so does that mean I find what's there? Sorry, I'm not telling you where I hid it. Good luck finding it. I've got to go. The collar lets you teleport to where it is. So in case I think of any other questions. Alright, apparently there is a hat somewhere that we need to look at. I don't see a hat. Okay, it's behind you.
Elma's right. The thief did leave a hat. Not a particularly stylish one either. I call it the Cow Pat Special. Hang on. I've seen this hat before.
Yeah, so we were holding it, so we had to send it via mail to get into the police archives, and then we gave it to someone else so we can get into somewhere else.
I've seen someone wearing it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Almost got it. Wait a minute. It can't be.
Not Jay.
Then Jay is. It's Jimmy. The thief. The one working with the cult. It's Jimmy. Should have known he was a stool pigeon. Or, well, the opposite, I guess. I should tell Elma who did this.
Jimmy the Jaybird. No sign of Collar's boy searching his thirsty work. Yeah, I imagine it is. Mind if I get a drink? I could use something strong. Well, as you can see, there isn't any booze in the cabinet, so I can't really offer any. Oh, but I imagine you've got some in the secret compartment, right? What secret compartment? Oh, I have this exact same cabinet in my office, and I keep my booze in the secret compartment. The secret compartment where I keep all the stuff that I don't want anyone to ever find. Anyway, let me grab that drink. Wait, Dun dun dun. Wait, this isn't booze. This is just that collar you were hiding. Yeah, I thought you already had that figured out and were just coming up with an excuse to get close and open it up. Yes, that is exactly what I was definitely trying to do. Definitely wasn't just trying to find your secret booze stash. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not letting you have that collar. Ed told me to keep it safe. And besides, it's mine and I earn whatever cash I can sell it for. Nice try, but I need it as part of the investigation. It could crack the case wide open. I don't care about your investigation. I care about my brother and I, that money. So I'm not handing it over to you. Let me put it this way. Whoever is behind this has already proven they're dangerous enough to absolutely wreck your place looking for whatever collars you have, right? If they think you still have any, then next time they might try and do worse to you. Maybe wreck your face, or worse, your wool. They wouldn't dare. Between criminal gangs and kidnapping cults, I think you know they'd absolutely dare. And you know blood doesn't wash out a wool. But cat fur, totally washable. Everything looks clean off, baby. If I have the collar, I'm the one they'll try and kill. Well, why didn't you say so? Take it. Not going to lie, I thought it was going to be harder to convince you than that. What can I say? You sweeten the pot a little. Besides, I can always grow it back off your corpse. I have experience with that. I just don't know how a stupid collar is supposed to help with the investigation. I'm not quite sure either. Though I know one way one collar can be useful. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. I just have to figure out how it might help. But I'll keep this one safe in the meantime. Alright, do I want to tell you about Jimmy? Can I even tell you about Jimmy? Alma, I recognize the hat. It's Jimmy's, and he's working for the cult. He's Jay in Mrs. G's diary. Jimmy, I don't... Wait, you mean Jimmy at the newsstand? Ah, now that you mention it, he does always wear hats like these. Why, that little creep. I'm going to show him a bad scene. You're not going to be impressed about my awesome detective work? I think I'm too much in shock to really wrap my head around it, honestly. Well, how about this? You shouldn't go after Jimmy. Okay, we've looped back to stupid again. This is familiar territory. What I mean is, he's our best link to the cult. The Journal said they're having another meeting soon. It's guaranteed I'll have to go back and report how this break-in went, right? That's my chance to follow him back to wherever this cult meets. Get the drop on them, hopefully save Closet Guy from their clutches, solve the mystery of the collars and cats, and save the day. This doesn't sound as much fun as punching him in the beak. Besides, how are you going to follow him back to this cult lair? Why, with my feline skills of tracking and stealth, surely. Okay, maybe a plan B might be a good idea. Maybe I can convince him to take me with him? How? What are you going to do? Try and trade my hard-won collar to him so he'll bring you along? Oh, don't be absurd. I wouldn't use that collar to get to him. Again, spoon-feeding. But wait, what if I used a different collar to get to him? I've got it. I have a foolproof way to get myself instantly to this cult place once Jimmy gets there. You do? How? Haha, I'm not telling. This time, I'm going to be the one with all the secrets. Doesn't that annoy you? Now the shoe's on the other paw? Not particularly, darling. That would involve caring, which I don't. Well, fine then.
Anyway, my plan was perfect. Get my collar on Jimmy somehow. Wait until he's left for the cult meeting. Then use it to teleport to his location. Now all I have to do is figure out how to get the collar on him. But how to do it.
Hello, hello? You there, Al?
Him on the back and tape it to him. No. Catapult it onto his neck. No.
He's monologuing again, isn't he? God darn it.
Boy, coming up with brilliant plans is hungry work. I'm starving. I could use a sandwich. Wait. That's it.
Alma, can I use your kitchen? I need to make a sandwich quickly. You know, sometimes the way your brain works terrifies me, sweetie. You know what? Fine, go ahead. Make me a sandwich while you're at it. The kitchen's right through there. Hopefully it won't be too messy. Alright, sadly chat, we're not going to finish this in one go because I do have to rush off. So hopefully we can finish it off fairly quickly tomorrow. This is definitely not going to say good game, but definitely not the worst I've played. But yes, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all when I see you all. Bye for now, everybody.